Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper of Viperland, and I'm back here in Robotics Notes and DaSH. Had to take a week off last week, just wasn't feeling 110%, but we back now. And hopefully, tonight might be the end of it. If not, we'll finish it up Tuesday. Tuesday I'm up in the air about anyway, so if we don't finish it tonight, we'll finish it Tuesday. Also, hey Joe, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. We're going to start Phase Akiho. Of course. The dark. The darkness of the abyss. You return to the bottom. The darkness feels like it goes on forever, but in reality it may not. Maybe it's just narrow, sealed walls around me. I can't tell. Eternally wandering in this darkness. There's another word for it. Fear. Yes, I'm scared. Nothing is here. Just the fear of living in this darkness. And the other life that could be. Yes, the current me only exists to embody that life. My life is a so-called phantom existence. Oh, we start in... Okay. Phase Akiho. Hey, trophy earned. Start Phase Akiho. Well, we get one just for starting the phase. It's a new track, isn't it? Right? I don't recall this one. The pre-festival ended. The main event will finally start tomorrow. Work is going to get busy. I'll have even less time for me. Kai is back too. Also, does she? Nope, no Twitter. Ah. What happened, Aki-chan? Sorry, Kai, I forgot something at the store. Oh, then go get it. Well, I'll be waiting here. Okay, I'll be right back. There it is. I've got to bring my apron home and wash it. 1 week, huh? Already a week has passed. Nothing has changed between me and Kai during it. Ever since that happened, I thought our relationship would move forward, but Kai has his dream and went on to the mainland. I tried not to contact him too much, didn't want to bother him while I studied, but now we're back to where we started. How do you feel about me? I wish I could ask him, but because time has passed, I'm scared to ask. Is it because I'm not girly? If I was more girly, maybe Kai would... Oh, hey. Oh, it's Senomiya. What happened? You look kind of down, even though it's a festival. Michi? Who could possibly be down, ever? Finally, the day of the main festival has started. Oh, we're Daru, which means Twitter. Actually, today should be the usual stuff, right? Anyway, romantic friends are... The childhood friends are so romantic. Seriously jealous. Feeling that or admiring it? That being said, there's a negative factor that since you are so close, it's hard to change as childhood friends. But getting over that wall will get you to that drama. Eroge adaptation. Sounds a little naughty. You shouldn't say that, IRL. Sorry. In an instant, it freezes the opponent within its atmosphere. The opponent will die. Are you talking about alcohol? Finish my quota for the workbooks. Mornings are better for studying. Good luck, big brother. A fight! Thanks. Everyone's doing their best. I gotta get my things together, but, Are you wondering about something? I can help you if it's okay with you. Thanks, but I'm gonna try on my own. Got it. Let me know if there's anything I can do. Papa's full of motivation after hearing my wife and lovely daughter's voice. Let's get going today. I think it's lovely how much you love your family. You can fall for me, you know. I'm sorry? Yeah, no, that's about right. Alright. All alone, I groan in my room. Before me is the electromagnetic wave irradiation equipment that I recovered last night. I took advantage of the situation and grabbed it. Luckily, no one's looking for it. Things haven't fully recovered from the incident 6 months ago, so it'll be difficult for officials to figure out the cause of last night's case. Anyway, the device is now in my hand. What's more, the broken part looks fairly easy to fix, fortunately. If we use this, we could do a lot of cool things, but now's not the time for that. If something happened today, it would remind everyone about the device they'd forgotten all about. Well, there may be a time this will come in handy. So until then, let's look into this and... definitely not save it for later. Oh-ho! The festival venue was already full of people here for the main festival. There's so many people! Seems like yesterday's incident has brought in more people. Yeah, you know, all that crazy stuff, shockingly good for publicity. I hear Yoshio-kun's voice behind me. He's also looking around the venue. I heard that flights and boats rides are booked for today. People on the island are excited. I see. That incident had a major effect as PR. Even though it was a major incident, the fact that there were no victims must have been a huge factor. Except for, you know, the people on that boat that got shot, but it's fine. No victims. Maybe they want something like last night to happen again. Despite what happened 6 months ago, curiosity is winning. Unless you feel the pain yourself, you wouldn't realize what really happened. Even if you did, you'd forget it after it goes away. That's what it means to be human. Well, at least it's good for the organizers. Hey, have you had lunch yet, Yoshio-kun? Not yet. Why? I didn't have breakfast, so I was wondering if you want to grab something. Your treat? I guess that's fine. Oh, really? In that case, I'm down. I like the greediness. You know, who can argue with a free lunch? Obviously, I could eat by myself. Back in the day, I was alone for most of my meals. It was nice and stress-free. Still, every day alone is a bit too much, you know? Ah, there's a spot over there. Man, I'm gonna miss Weed Hoodie Guy when this game's over. The food court was pretty full, even though it was before lunch. Considering most of the people coming to the festival we eat here, it'll be over capacity soon if it's this bad already. Hey, Kai! As we sit, Akitan finds us. By us, I mean Yoshio-kun, and comes over. What are you doing? Eating lunch? Yeah, what should I... Okay, give me a sec. Huh? Wait, Aki-chan! Akitan doesn't stop, disappearing into a restaurant without taking our orders. What's okay? I don't know. He's the real cornerstone of this weekend, absolutely. 10 minutes later, we learned the answer. We didn't know if we should wait or not after Akitan left. She came back just as I was thinking about ordering somewhere else. Thanks for waiting. Finally, Akitan appears. She's holding 2 trays. Akitan lays them out in front of me and Yoshio-kun with a practiced grace. Hey, Aki-chan, we didn't order anything. Don't worry about it, this is from today's special menu. I look at Yoshio-kun, not understanding what she means. He shrugs his shoulders. Oh well, nothing to be done about it. With that in mind, I look down at the tray. Hey, Akitan, this is curry, right? Yep. I take a bite, thinking maybe something is different since she mentioned it's from a special menu, but it was nothing special. This is just normal curry. That's it? What do you mean, that's it? Yeah, our special today is curry. Just curry. I look at Yoshio-kun to see how he's doing. He's frozen in front of his tray. I glance down to finally see what's on his plate. It looks like kihan, a local dish from the Amami Islands of Kagoshima. Compared to chicken rice, which is close to rice bowls or takikomi gohan, keihan is closer to dashi kazuke. I understood some of those words. Take a bowl of rice. Add flaked chicken. What's flaked chicken? I'm gonna assume it's like fried chicken bits. I don't even know if that's what it is, but like, or like you cook chicken and like it like can peel apart, I guess. Maybe it's just like peeled, like shredded chicken. Thin cut omelet strips. Okay, that sounds good. And shiitake mushroom. Not a big... I like smaller mushrooms, but like the bigger mushrooms I'm not as big a fan of. But still, okay. Add a pickled papaya or pickled daikon with extra condiments such as diced dry seafood, scallions, citrus peel, sesame seeds, etc. Pour a soup made of simmering a whole chicken over it and dig in. Okay. So it's rice, chicken, egg, mushroom, various other accoutrements, and then chicken stock poured over it. I mean, that sounds tasty. It's got a lot of chicken in it. I haven't actually had pickled, like, other things, generally speaking. I should try... I love pickles, like pickled cucumbers. I should try other pickled things sometimes. Kihan is a local dish from Kagoshima with steamed chicken and kinsey eggs, plus some spices and condiments served in a bowl. I've had it before. Pouring broth over it while midway through the meal is also super delicious. But the dish before Yashio-kun isn't exactly Kihen when you take a good look at it. Is that a blue sprat's tail peeking out from the hot rice? It's my special version of Kihen. Eat up. Aki-chan's special. Yep, I made it just for you, Kai. Oh no. By the way, Yashio-kun, have you ever had her food? As I whisper to Yashio-kun, I hiccup and I notice he frowns. Once back in the day, she forced me to eat mud. Ooh, is she some sort of dangerous child? That time was crazy. Plus, Misane laughed her ass off as she watched us. Yashio-kun looks into the distance as he recounts that distant memory. I mean, that was way younger. It's fine. Perfectly fine. I take another look at the bowl on his tray. I mean, there are weird things sticking out here and there, but it looks edible, I guess. Hey Kai, it'll get cold and taste bad if you don't eat it. Yeah, thank you for the meal. Sluggishly, Yashio-kun grabs the chopsticks and scoops up the rice, where it's mostly white, and eats it with determination. How is it? Water! 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 Yashio-kun swipes the lukewarm cola next to me and chugs it down. The combination of rice and cola is horrible. That doesn't even matter to him. I don't think I've ever had rice and, like, Coke. I thought I was gonna die! So not great then. How do you screw up rice? Come on, Kai, isn't that over-exaggerating and kind of mean? I tried my best making it. You say that, but Aki-chan, did you even taste this? I did not. You always gotta taste your own stuff for seasoning and to see how it is. It tastes that crazy? His face. You want to give it a try? I only eat handmade dishes prepared by my waifu. He's literally eating restaurant food. Obviously, that's a lie. How can I say this? It's just very painful. But on TV, they said to try adding spices and condiments, so I put a lot of them in. Yes, try adding spices and condiments. A little bit goes a long way. Also, it's super oily. Well, you know robots are happy when you give them oil, right? So added a lot to it, too. I like her reasonings on all of it, at least. Thank God I didn't eat it. Robots and humans are different. Wow, you don't have to say all that. I worked hard to make this. Oh, right. Why did you make it in the first place, Aki-chan? Because... Aki-chan mumbles the rest. It's obvious what I thought, but I didn't tell him. You have to figure out this sort of thing by yourself. Anyway, you used to be the president of the Robot Club, right, Aki-chan? Yeah, why? I was wondering if you're going to help out with the festival. Members of the Robot Club are in charge of different tasks to help out with the Wazakai Festival. Also, should I have some tea? I thought that Aki-chan, being a super robot fan, would want to help, even if she was not told to. I might have mentioned it before, but I'm just a former prez. Eat tons of curry stuff. So bored, not figuring things out. Yeah, but the fact that even he can figure it out means it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. To everyone but one person. But I'll say Ark. And not only has Daru figured it out, but like, the rest of them have too. The same people who couldn't figure out that Irie plus about 6 inches of height was the same person are like, oh yeah, no, she totes likes him. Like, absolutely. I don't think a graduate should intrude. It's best to let the current members handle it. But Juntan is helping out too. She is an employee of Space Candy. She's doing it because her boss told her to. So she says, but it appears she's trying hard to put on a front. I think at the very least, it's not how she really feels. As we talk, the usual couple appears. Oh, lunchtime? You two are a rare pair. What are you up to? We just met at the entrance. I was wondering if there's anything I can help out with. Help out, like with the festival? Yes. This festival is a huge event for Tanegashima. JAXA, as one of the organizations representing Tanegashima, is of course participating. Since it is a festival, I was hoping there may be something that I can help out with. Our eyes naturally turn towards Aki-tan. Airi-chan is Airi-chan. She can do what she wants. That's true, but... Ah, there she is! Thank goodness! Senomiya-senpai! Oh, hey, Super. Following Naitan and Airi-tan, the members of the Robot Club arrive, led by Subaru-kun. What's wrong, everyone? You all look a little scary. Senomiya-senpai, please switch with me. What? No, Hidaka-kun, Akio-chan is going to switch with me and take charge of the battle robots. So selfish, lols. Pred-senpai is going to be in charge of the Yomejo contest, SMH. Wait, just a minute, everyone. What are you guys talking about? We all hate our jobs. I want to swap with you. The robot lecture. It's impossible for me to teach kids in the first place. In that case, senpai, your maternal maturity is closer to a child's. Oh, so you'll be able to do it better. Or your mental maturity. Insulting the person you want help from is always a bad idea. Subaru-kun, isn't that kind of an insult? I'm telling you, I need Akio-chan to do the battle robots. No, the Yomejo contest. I see. Seems like everyone is having trouble with their assigned event and came here to ask Aki-tan for help. Looks like everyone counts on you, Aki-tan. Regardless, when it comes to loving robots, nobody can match you. First of all, Aki-tan was the one keeping Central T Robot Club alive through staying busy. While she was the one who invited everyone, forcing them to join the club. It's clear she truly loves robots. I don't think anybody could argue that. Right, Senomiya-senpai? Please, you'd be doing me a favor. Plus. She did say she should leave it to the current members, but she may budge if they continue if they're counting this much on her. For instance, but she has a job, is the problem. Looks like she's itching to go to all the events. However, I'm sorry, but I have work. While you're on breaks would be fine. Ooh, I gotta love somebody who's like, hey, when you're on breaks from your job, do work for me. Yeah, do my work. You can do my work on your breaks. It'll work fine. We need those breaks. Those are important. Same here. Even after you're done working would be great. Ah, yes, working after work. Perfect. That's what everyone wants to do after a long shift of delivering food to people and working on their break, is to work more. For free. Sorry, Subaru and June. Why? Well then, let's head to the Yomejo contest venue. No, I'm not helping you either, Fraubo. What? Even if I beg, it's still a no? Yep. To be honest, you didn't really beg. Well, she was asking before she begged, just to make sure. Why not? Because you are a spoiled brat. Frau Tongue clenches her teeth, clearly at a loss for words after being shot down by the famous line from a man in red. Don't say that, Aki-chan. Why don't you help them out? Deep down, I know you want to. Because I have a job. Everyone can tell just by looking at her that she wants to help. Fine, if you put it like that, then I've made my decision. Full of determination, Aki-tan raises her head. You're going to help us? Everyone looks to her with hope. Listen up, I'm going to say something drastic. She then proclaims, from now on, I will have nothing to do with robots. What? Starting today, Akio Senomiya graduates from robots and becomes a regular girl. Okay. Sure. Sure, she can keep up that facade for roughly 5.5 minutes. The Robot Club is shocked by Aki-tan's robot graduation declaration. Wait, when you say you're graduating from robots, do you really mean it? That's what I said. Are you ill? You probably ate something bad. 9 more days for the chainsaws. Oh man, it's gonna be good. I hope so. The great thing is, even if somehow they screw it up, which by all accounts it looks like they are not, if somehow they only put the good bits in the trailers and the rest of it's trash, the manga's still great. But it looks good, and I can't wait to watch it. Maybe something from that dish you made? Rude. First of all, I didn't eat it. Plus, nothing bad was in there. Too much of good things can be bad too. Maybe an alien has switched places with Akiho-san. Honestly, that's a valid guess. Yeah. It's the end of the world. The end is here! Hey, who do you guys think I am? Akitan puffs her cheeks at everyone's reactions. But it doesn't matter. Even me, the newcomer, knows Akitan deeply loves robots. Suddenly, she's graduating beyond robots. Of course the robot club would be shocked. Anyway, if I say I'm graduating, then I am. Okay, gotta go back to work. It was nearing lunchtime, and all around waves of people came pouring in. Akitan has returned to her store, apologetically bowing to her boss. Perhaps she's being scolded for hanging around when it's so busy. If that's the case, I can't go over there to ask what's really going on with her. What should we do? Probably, the tasks you were set to do. Well, I'm surprised, but if you think about it, it's not much to worry about. It is Akiho-chan after all. I bet 10,000 Perica she'll be unable to resist for long. Currency from a manga, which is used in the criminal underworld where gambling is everything. 10 Perica equals 1 yen. So that's 1,000 yen, which is $10. Okay. Besides, the real issue is our events. I know that the, 100 yen equals $1 exchange rate is not always accurate, but I feel like it's always a safe enough estimation to ballpark it. I know it fluctuates, sometimes wildly. I guess we have to handle them on our own. Say it ain't so, Bernie. She's talking about Akitan. Looks like they're convinced that despite what she says, she'll be back to loving robots again soon. In the end, everyone went back to their assigned task, racking their heads about what to do. This isn't scary, no, it hasn't been, but this series has occasionally been known to have a very sharp tonal shift and delve into darker things, but in terms of, jump scaring you and stuff like that, it's not going to do that. But also, hey Birdie, how's it going? Welcome to Viper Land to the chat. Now, we'll be back to Spooky tomorrow. I grew so busy that chilling at the tables was not an option, so I grabbed Yashio-kun and came over here. Hey, what do you think about Akitan? Glad to hear. Always good. Yashio-kun? He doesn't hear me. In that case... Yeah, I was having a good time, but also, I was getting very tense. So I think the 4-hour chunks are going to be perfect. I think playing it tomorrow again, aiming for 6 was ambitious. And it didn't work, and that's okay. Tomorrow will be good. After leaning over and blowing into his ears, he finally noticed me. What are you doing? Well, you didn't respond when I called your name. I mean, there are other ways, you know. Anyway, about Akitan. As soon as I say her name, Yashio-kun's face turns grim. I don't think I was getting overly frustrated, because the only time I was getting a little frustrated was that intro bit. After that, I feel like I was always learning something and, moving ahead to some degree. That intro bit, he wasn't following a set pattern that I could tell. He seemed to kind of adjust it based off of where I was. But the solution ended up being just run past the fool. So whatever, who cared? I probably wasted more time than I should have. I could have just run past to begin with. Who knew? Something's bothering him. I'm sure you can stealth it too, but clearly the run past worked. What do you think about her robot graduation declaration? Will she reconsider it like everyone else is saying? I mean, usually I don't think she can just forget something you've loved since your childhood. So you think she's not done with them? Well, Aki-chan is pretty stubborn. There's a part of her that won't listen after she's made up her mind. As her childhood friend, he really understands her. The real question is why she suddenly said something like that. Regarding that, I have an idea. Well, I'm not going to mention it right now. Speaking of, can I ask you a question? I've been wondering about something. What is it? Are you and Akitan going out? Yashu-kun's feet stop as I ask the question. Why do you ask? I mean, you two are childhood friends, right? Looks like you know each other pretty well, too. But you guys don't flirt at all or act like you're together, so I was wondering if you were. Since he graduated in spring, Yashu-kun has been living in the dorms at the preparatory school in Kagoshima, which means it's been a while since they've seen each other. If they were going out, they'd be all over each other to make up for the time they lost being together. So, be real. Are you together? I wonder. That was a yes or no question, dude. That was a very straightforward yes or no question. But what kind of answer is that? It's not like you need to hide it. We've been hanging out together for a while now. It differs how close you feel between each person, but from my perspective, I think we can at least call ourselves friends. It's not like I'm hiding it. I really don't know myself. What a vague answer. I thought he was just trying to evade the question, but the look in his face tells me that's not the case. So, what do you mean? How should I put this? As childhood friends, we've always spent time together, but now I don't know what to do. But you do want to move forward, though. Yeah, I see. Since it was normal for them to always be together, they both don't know how to move forward now that things have changed, even though they want to. I understand that feeling. I had the same issue. You and your wife were childhood friends too? No? Nope. Unless you went to school together, you ain't friends. Oh. Do you mean whoever you went out with before was? There's Yui-chan, Harikai-chan, Yuna-chan, Ai-chan, and Sihori-chan. Wait a minute, how many are there? I probably shouldn't mention how many Aragays have played. Yeah, I was about to say those are definitely not real people. Absolutely not. In other words, you're scared. It's not like that. It's just, I really don't know what Aki-chan wants. So you have these great tools at your disposal known as words. They're very versatile, very effective, and they allow you to communicate and ask questions of other people. After a long time away, he thought she'd be happy to have him back home, but that wasn't the case. Rather, she's a little more distant, so he doesn't know how to interact with her. As an expert romanticist, who has transformed many girls into waifus, in Aragays, I understand why Akitan is acting this way. But it might be hard for a newbie like Yashio-kun. Yeah, I know, some might even say that. I understand. There's one thing I'd advise as a life senpai. Which is, my advice is this: as a man, be more aggressive. And you shouldn't keep a girl waiting. Didn't you say it was one thing? Don't mind the small stuff. What I'm trying to say is that nothing will change unless you actively make a move. Unless I make a move. After mumbling that, Yashio-kun hangs his head, looking down. What? I just didn't expect to get advice about love from you. Excuse me, I do have a super cute waifu, you know. Really? You aren't talking about a game, right? No, that was all his previous ones. I'm not lying, look! I display a family picture on my phone droid and show it to Yashio-kun. You're lying! Is this really your wife? I want to see the picture too. Isn't she beautiful? The world is a weird place. Wow, that was kind of a backhanded compliment, but you know... Oh, shut up! Since Yashio-kun and Akitan are both a little awkward, maybe I can help them out by lending my expertise. Let us see how their love story unfolds. The world is a weird place, he says. I love the concept of somebody answering their phone like... Morning, Aki-chan. It's now a good time? Yeah, what's up? Pretty rare for you to contact me. It's nothing major. After being told that taking the initial step is important, I decided right away to contact Akiho in the morning. I guess I was so shocked to be taught romance skills by Hashida-san of all people that I felt like I had to take action. You said that you start work after lunch, right? Yeah. In that case, wanna go look around the festival with me? To get some progress, I have to start with inviting her somewhere. But right now, there's only the festival. So I decided to invite her, but... You were there when I said I'm done messing around with robots, right? So why are you inviting me? To be honest, I think that graduating from robots was something she made up on the spot. I figured she'd think it over. Probably best not to mention that. Just looking around shouldn't be a problem. I can't. When I said I graduated, I meant it. Plus, if Subaru and the others saw me walking around, they'd mock me for being weak. Yeah, that's true. He was never going to believe. I mean, he's pretty right to not, to be fair. Like, I get it. Also, is this dark today? Hold on. It feels a bit better. I feel like it's because I'm sitting further back. Where she works at the venue should be fine, but that's not how Akiho sees it. Well, in that case, can I come over to your house instead? I decided to change the plan after all. My house right now? Why so suddenly? I've been back for a while and I figured we haven't actually had time to talk together. Oh, well, sure, that's fine. Okay, I'll leave in about 20 minutes. After I do the very important... I was going to check Twitter. After getting off the phone with Akiho, I leave the house and hop on my scooter. Obviously, I'm not heading to her house, which is nearby. I'm off to put Hashida-san's advice into action. What advice did... I was about to say, they live next door to each other. The best way to bring a girl around is to give her something. Give her something? Like, as in a gift? Yep. Some say that love has no form, but love without form won't be noticed. When it comes to showing it, the simpler the better. Hence, gifts are useful. Get it, but I don't know what girls like, though. But were regular Aki-chan, she would like it if I gave her something robot-related. No worries, there's a universal gift for times like this. There is? A gift all girls always love. Flowers. Flowers. Yep, all girls are happy when they're given flowers. If she's a regular girl, she'll most likely be thrilled. Oh, but it's even better when it's a surprise. Surprise? You mean like shocker? Correct. Girls are vulnerable to unexpected events. Thanks, Daru. If you can surprise her by getting her a gift, then it will be twice as effective. 4 months of ramen owning you. Yep. Also, hey Sora, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Oh, that reminds me, there's new JoJo out that I haven't watched yet. I gotta watch that. It's the next part of what is it, 6? It's like the next 12 episodes, because Netflix can't put them out one episode at a time. You can only put them out in 12 episode blocks. But also, congrats once again for, you know, being part of the chain gang, as it were. And I hope you're having a good day, Sora. Like, if they put them out once a week, I'd have so much... Like, it's easier to have that habit of, like, oh, it's a Saturday, I'll watch an episode. Which is whatever I'll be doing with Chainsaw Man, too, whatever day it comes out. But, like... When you put out, like, one episode every... one block every few months, it's like, now I gotta find time to, like, sit down and watch all of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like... There's nothing wrong with binging all 12, but... I kinda like just the... watching one a week. I don't know. We'll see. But, like, I still need to watch them, because JoJo, yeah, it's one of the few anime I keep up with. Or try to. Listen to Hashida-san's advice and brought them, but will Akio really like them? I mean, Hashida-san did say regular girls. Well, rather than if they make her happy, I don't think anyone would hate receiving them. With that in mind, I step inside the Sinomiya residence, bouquet in hand. Compared to city life, everyone around here knows each other, so nobody locks their front door. Excuse me. I know my way around just fine. After saying hi, I head to Akio's room. Surprise, okay. Reminding myself, I put my hand on the door and pulled it open. Hey, Aki-chan, this is a gift! It's still supposed to knock. Like you're supposed to surprise her with them, not surprise her with them. My body froze as I was about to reveal the bouquet I hid behind me, for I saw something I wasn't expecting whatsoever to see. That's what happens when you barge into someone's room. You'll discuss... Also true. That's also true, yeah. Akio was about to take her clothes. Oh, it looks like she's putting them on, but either way. Huh? From how she's holding her clothes, maybe she's actually putting them on. Yeah. Wait, that doesn't matter right now. What matters is she's changing right in front of me. No, you barge... Dude, close the door. Just close the door, dude. Huh? Akio, without trying to put her clothes on, and totally lost for words. Dude, just... took the flowers. Why? Because I thought you'd like them. Okay. Doesn't look like she likes them. Well, are you surprised? Huh? Yeah, of course I am. Are you kidding me? Okay, good. No, it's not. Not good at all. Hurry and get out of here. Why wouldn't he have closed the doors the first thing? 'Cause anime pro tag. Sorry. I'm gonna haunt you for this. How she? Oh, this is no. This is your mistake, sir. This is your mistake. You still were supposed to knock. You misinterpreted wildly what he said. And you could have still been like, "I'm so sorry. Close the door." That's on you, dude. Cannot blame Daru for this. Daru has screwed up a lot of things. This ain't one of them. You can't blame this on him. She forgot to kill him by distraction. Yeah. So that went well. You can come in. We're supposed to knock you, dude. Okay. Excuse me. This time, invited in, I enter the room after Akio is done changing clothes. Wow, she's actually taken all the robot stuff down. Like, actually and really. I mean, there's still some, but like... nowhere near what it was. Well, I guess she commits, but also... Nonsense, I didn't think I'd get rejected. This is a problem. Graduating robots, I'm in shock. Sorry, but I know you two can do it. Training again today, going to get them to acknowledge me. What is this, robots? No, it's not! I didn't know his wife and kid really existed. Seriously thought it was from a game or something. I guess I can trust him a little bit. Snig? They were handing out flyers on the streets from Maid Cafe Mujoka. The maids on there look like sweet little devils. They're good. Oop, wrong one. Maybe I won't trust him. Oh, come on. You botched this. You botched it. I've saved another student from their worries. I am such a teacher at heart. You're actually a teacher. You're an actual teacher. A person who likes robots that much, saying something like that out of the blue, I'm worried that something happened. Our son is avoiding games that he loves that much too. Bit by bit, they're becoming adults. As their parents, that kind of makes me feel sad. Yeah. No, I've got nothing. It's gotta be like shorthand for some... I don't know. Wouldn't be here, right? Yeah, no. Not... Must have forgot. Yeah. Are you mad? I mean, embarrassed, at least. That's what she says, but she looks the other way, avoiding eye contact. You barged in on her changing, and then instead of leaving, you were like, I brought you flowers. I'm sorry, I didn't think you'd be changing right this minute. Actually, why were you changing? Because I wanted to wear something cute since you said you were coming over. Huh? I mean, I got sweaty! Oh. What's up with you anyway? I just, wanted to bring the flowers. You should just take them to her on your own. What? When you visit Misa, right? Those are the types she likes. Damn, I messed up. I didn't know Misane liked these types of flowers. What are the odds? So, anything else? You came by because you wanted to talk to me, right? Yeah, and then he made it super awkward. Times like this, you just gotta move to the next plan. The next plan was... There was a next plan? Oh, okay. If Akitan's heart doesn't stir from the flowers, I'll give you the next plan just in case. The title of the plan is The Album. The album? Yup, this is a high-level plan that will only work for those who are childhood friends. Look, I know it might be hard to move forward when you've been friends for so long, but in a different light, you can say that you guys spent a lot of time together. By examining and sharing the time you spent together, you can see how important you are to each other. That is the core of this plan. Ever since I can remember, you were by my side, Kai. Rain and sun, when I was sad. When I was happy, you were always by my side. I can't live without you anymore, Kai. Kai! That's how it'll go. Huh? What happened, Yashikyun? Nothing. I don't feel so good. Okay. Hey, Aki-chan, do you have an album book? I nearly forgot the plan after being disgusted by Hashida-san, but it might actually work, so I took a chance. He's actually trying to help and giving you passable advice. Maybe not like A tier. His best advice has been, you have to actually take a step and, like, spend time with her. An album? I have one, but why? It's been a while, so I wanted to look through it. But why here and now? Sometimes it's nice to take a look back. I guess so. As I watch Akiho head to her desk looking bewildered, I notice the robots all arranged in a line. Ah, to be clear, it's not like I'm having doubts about robots, I just haven't had the chance to put them away. I didn't even say anything about them. No, really? Then I guess that's okay. The line of robots includes some that were given to her by Uncle Senemiya and Misane. Even though she graduated, I doubt she can simply throw them away. Here, first, this is us starting junior high. Multiple albums lay before me. I grab the oldest one and start flipping the pages. Ah, Kai, you're so cute. Back then, you were cute too. Back then? Oh. He's ruining the plans on his own. You can't blame Daru for things like that. That's you, Kai. I mean, now too? Oops. I didn't mean it, but I messed up. Hey, look! This was when you tried to copy Misane and climb up that tree but got stuck. Yeah, it was something like that. So long ago. Wasn't it Misane who helped you in the end? She was the one who pressured me in the first place. Look, this was from Misane's school trip. You wouldn't listen and insisted on going with her. Well, I was attached to my big sister a lot back then. Misane decided to take you because she thought it'd be funny. Really, it was a mess. The best way to a woman's heart. Constantly bring up her sister. Oh, this is Misane's graduation? This was when Misane kidnapped us. Huh? What's wrong, Aki-chan? Nothing. You look very happy when you're talking about Misa. Oops, should have been talking about memories with Akiho, but I've been talking about Misane the whole time. Yeah. Back then, we were always following Misane around, so it couldn't be helped. Damn it, I think she might be mad. Oh well, if that's the case. I didn't want it to come to this, but I guess I have to move on to the final... Oh, goodness. And if that doesn't work, resort to the final plan. Kabeton. No. No, don't. Don't. Kabeton. Well, don't know what that is? It was popular about 5 years ago. You get close to the girl like this, and then put your hand like this. What? Hashida-san, you're really close. See, the distance after you bend your arm is important. By looking straight at her face, you guarantee her heart will be pounding. What do I do after her heart is pounding? You whisper your love to her, smooch her, do whatever as you wish. Kabeton, huh? Since you talked me into it, I guess I can give it a try. Oh my goodness. He's only screwed up everything so far. You're done with the albums, right? I'll wait for Akio to get up and put them away and get closer to her. And then... Huh? Akio gazes up with the expected surprising look inches away from my face. Did it really work? Are you okay? Are you having another seizure? Huh? You're dizzy from standing up, right? Here, if you don't feel good, lie down on the bed. No, it's not that. It's okay, just listen to me. Here you go. So how'd it go? Did you make any progress with Akitan? That day, Higashio-kun came to the venue in the afternoon. Wow. And he wasn't by himself, but with Akitan. I asked him, hoping my advice had worked in some way. However, Higashio-kun, with his usual poker face, shook his head. Not at all. Rather, it feels like we're more distant now. Two of those are young to you, though. Tell me everything that happened. And that's it? I see. Well, at least you tried each method. I tried making an effort, too. Seems like Akitan has the ability to nullify all flags. Never underestimate a flag crusher. Well, some of it was my fault. I brought up stories about Misane. Misane? Ah, I forgot. Akitan's older sister is Miss Misaki Sanomiya. Miss Misaki Sanomiya, known as the beautiful PR lady working for Exoskeleton Company, spearheaded the incident half a year ago. Well, the reason she did it was because she was a puppet controlled by Kokimijima. I heard she's currently on probation and undergoing treatment at a hospital in Tanegashima. I also heard that she's the reason why Akitan likes robots so much. If Akitan is mad about hearing him talk about her sister, then Misaki Sanomiya must be an important person to Yashio-kun. Or at least Akitan thinks so. So, what are you going to do? Well, regarding Aki-chan, I think it's better I clear up while I can. So my plan is to keep on trying. Good. If he broke down easily, then sooner or later it'll all fall apart. It'll all work out if he has the willpower. As for me, I'll just keep an eye on things for a bit longer. Kaito-kun and Misaki Sanomiya, huh? Misaki Sanomiya-san. Yeah, I want to know what their relationship's like. After splitting with Yashio-kun and having plenty of free time, I invite Naitan, who I just happened to meet, out to tea. At a maid cafe. In so doing, I decided to ask about Yashio-kun. Yashio-kun, Akitan, and Miss Misaki. What happened between the three of them? It's Yoshi-P again. Yeah, just chilling, you know. It's not something I should just blab about, but if it's you, I guess it's okay. From there, Naitan told me all about the MF Anemone incident. On 9/11/2010, the passenger ship Anemone drifted across the East China Sea without control while 110 people, including the crew, were aboard. During the incident, all passengers on the ship fainted. Afterwards, the passengers suffered multiple after effects. Much later on, it was discovered the incident was due to an electromagnetic radiation experiment conducted by Kokimijima. See the first game. The incident, the MF Anemone mass fainting incident to be precise, happened exactly 10 years ago. A mysterious incident when all the passengers aboard the MF Anemone, a ferry that traveled between Kagoshima Harbor and Nisho no Omote Harbor, fainted. I'd heard about it before. If I remember correctly, it was the same year we met that girl Genius. What caused the MF Anemone incident hasn't been made public. Online conspiracy theories have all sorts of stories about it. According to Naitan's story, the real culprit was none other than Kokimijima himself. That alone was surprising enough, but there was more. Yashio-kun and Akitan were both on the MF Anemone. They were on the way back from a field trip. Those two happened to be on the ferry and wouldn't wake up again for 3 full days. And something else happened when they woke up. An after effect? Both of them suffer from elephant-mouse syndrome, a condition where you feel the passage of time move either faster or slower. They have a medical condition that affects Kaito and Akiho. It causes the passage of time to be felt as either faster or slower than normal. It was named after how an elephant and a mouse feel the passage of time differently due to the size of their bodies. Kaito calls his attack slow-mo, and Akiho calls hers fast-forward. When a fast-forward attack hits, a regularly felt 5 minutes goes by in a single second. Both of them suffer from forgot that one. I get it. This explains what happened to the preparation day of the festival. Also, the MF Anemone mass fainting incident changed Misaki Sanomiya forever. Being acquainted with Kokimijima, after she found out he was conducting an electromagnetic radiation experiment on the ferry they were on, she put her hands on him. However, while overcome with guilt, she was controlled by Kokimijima, who lived on as Data after he died. Sisters that used to be close and a boy, the younger sister's childhood friend. Time carried on, but he couldn't overcome how much he admired the older sister. I didn't know they had such a difficult past. Hey, Naitan, why did you decide to tell this important story to me? Because I know you'll be able to take care of everyone. You're overestimating me. That's not true. Everyone I know, every single person would give everything to help someone else. That's why I admire them. I feel like I have to do something after such a speech. Naitan, you're starting to control men to do your bidding. When it comes to romance, I still have more to learn though. I'm always ready to help. Yeah. She blew me off with a smile on her face. Still, Naitan, you really grew up to be a good girl. Thank you, that helps a lot. After hanging up the phone from an unexpectedly long conversation, I let my body hit the bed. Elephant-mouse syndrome. Its name is based on how a giant creature like an elephant and a small creature like a mouse would experience the passage of time. And the fact that phenomena actually happens. First of all, what we understand as time is not absolute, it's relative. There is something called the law of Janet. Damn it, Janet. A theory regarding how time elapses advocated by the philosopher Paul Janet. Why do you feel that time goes by faster when you're older? For example, for a 7-year-old, 1 year is 1/7 of their life, but to a 70-year-old, it's only 1/70th of their life. The principle states that, therefore, the experienced length of time is inversely proportional to a person's age. Checks out. If you compare an old person to a child, the old person feels like time is moving faster. The longer the length of time is in your memory, the more you experience time moving faster. At my age, every year flies by, but if I apply this law, it just means I feel as though it goes by faster and faster. Makes me sad to think about it, but that's just how time works. Still, why is it different between an elephant and a mouse? Seems like it may be related to heart rate. Generally speaking, if the heart rate is fast, time moves quickly, and if it's slow, then it goes by slowly. So perhaps the speed of time moves differently between them because of the heart rate. Now, in regards to Yashio-kun's situation, for him, cardiac stress results in the passage of time around him feeling slower. More than that, his body's reaction time increases proportionally to how his brain is processing time. He named that phenomenon slow-mo. Obviously, it originated from the electromagnetic irradiation experiment aboard the MF Anemone. Thus, by feeling the passage of time goes slower, his body reaction speed increases. I guess I could add an explanation to this if I want. Of course, it's just a hypothesis, but his brain was affected by major stress via strong magnetic waves. Due to that, it vitalizes the activity in his brain. The brain then wants more oxygen, so it sends a signal to the body. It's currently believed that when the brain signals the body, there's a limiter usually in place so the body doesn't become overburdened. But due to the effect of the electromagnetic wave, his body limiter is disabled, raising his heart rate to pump more oxygen to the brain. With the increased heart rate, the brain thinks that the body's time is moving faster. Thus, he feels that the tangible information around him has relatively decreased. That's how it works. However, when that happens, the burden on the body is intense. Muscles for sure, but especially on the heart and blood vessels. The heart rate must increase far beyond its normal rate to create a sensation that affects how time is processed. If I was asked if the body could endure such a burden, I'd say no way. If that's the case, then why is he okay? I guess the explanation is both a delusion and an illusion. Human actions are all controlled by the brain. A delusion raises the heart rate, an illusion that it increases. If the brain itself could be tricked like that, the body could experience unexpected power beyond what's usual. Well, at least that seems to be the case. Yashio-kun underwent major stress from the electromagnetic irradiation experiment. If the body experiences the same stress, the brain will remember what happened in the past and will believe that the same thing is happening again. From that illusion, it creates the delusion that the heart rate has increased, which causes slow-mo to happen. Again, this is just an unproven hypothesis. Huh? Did I think this up on my own? Of course I did! Well, I wish that was the case, but unfortunately not. This hypothesis I got secondhand from my friend, a brilliant neuroscientist. Just earlier, I called and talked about it over the phone. I mean, I don't need to know the exact details, but I'm the type who needs to find out more after I start thinking about something. Daru connecting all the games, yeah. And by Daru, we mean Krisu. Plus, it would be bad if something happened to him because we needed to better understand slow-mo. Still. I need to clear things up with Akio, but first I should deal with this. I've been putting off visiting her since I got to the island, but I can't avoid her forever. Alright. That's true, yeah. Definitely has nothing to do with them not wanting to hire her voice actress for this. I take a deep breath in front of the room and knock on the door. There's no response, but I feel like someone is in there. Misane, I'm coming in. Turns out he barges in on her changing too, and it's just like his superpower, that's just all he can do. Misane smiles. Sorry, hold on. Gotta love it. While I very much love, like, decreasing temperatures, the, like, drier air definitely hits my throat different. Misane smiles in the bright light as I open the door.
Hi.
It's been a while. Since that incident, Misane has been treated like a wounded wild animal, handled with care. Even so, starting with Akio and her family, a good deal of people have paid a visit. There are new flowers in the flower pot. Maybe Michi or someone else came by. Long time no see. You look well. She smiles, but I feel like she's not doing well herself. The Misane I knew was full of confidence, aggressive, and yet childlike. But now she looks unusually calm and collected. I know in my head it can't be helped that what happened went down, but in my heart it's a different matter. This way. How are you doing? Well, I'm doing what I can. I see. How about you, Misane? I'm doing the same on my end too. I see. Damn, this is so awkward. The festival looks like it's very busy. Misane says as she looks outside the window. Yeah, there's a lot of people from off the island. Feels like the island might sink from the extra weight. You're helping out too, right? Not really. I have to study, so all I can do is watch and support them. I see. That's unfortunate. It'd be a lot more fun if you helped out. Even those small words make my heart leap. You're not going, Misane? You are allowed to go outside, aren't you? Half a year has passed. Her injuries have all but healed. I know she's on probation, but it's not like someone is watching her all the time. Misane was judged to have no intentions of running, so it should be fine to go to the festival for a little bit. I'm sorry, but I won't go. I don't want to make a scene. Almost everyone on the island knows that Misane was controlled. Still, there are people who aren't fond of her. If Misane appeared in a situation like that, she's right, it could be bad. Also, thinking about it, I'm sure Misane heard about the incident caused by the return of Koki Majima. With that in mind, maybe she really doesn't want to go. After all, Misane was the one who killed Koki Majima with her own hands. I'm sorry. Hey, there's no need to apologize. There's no way that I'm going to mention Koki Majima by name. While I figure out what to say, I hear the door open. I changed the water. Thanks, Aki. Aki-chan, you're here? Kai? The atmosphere grows a little awkward. I came here on the spur of the moment. It's not like I was trying to hide it from Akiho. Just yesterday, she told me I talk about Misane a lot. Well, I'm heading to work. Take your time, Kai. Yeah. I'll come again. Even she can tell how awkward it is. Akio leaves the hospital without giving Misane a chance to speak. Are you two fighting or something? It's not like that. Aki's attitude seems to say otherwise. She was oddly awkward just now. How's your relationship with Aki-chan, Misane? It's not bad, which means it's not good either. Akio has always been a big sister girl. When she was a kid, she always followed Misane around, even after she got older. Misane has still been a role model to her. But ever since Misane went to Tokyo, tension grew as their hearts became distant. Of course, now I know it was a lot of suffering she took on by herself. It hurt to see Akiho's unbearable feelings back then. Now that the incident's resolved, I'd hoped their relationship would go back to normal, but it seems like it's not that simple. The reason why is on Misane. Hey, Misane, how long are you going to stay down in the dumps? Beating around the bush won't work on Misane. Yeah, it won't work on Akiho either, but you keep doing it. I know that's true, so I speak my mind. Aki-chan has always admired you, Misane. Conceited, haughty, and confident. She loves that Misane. That's a bit much. But it's the truth, right? Anyway, Aki-chan always followed you, admired you, and chased after you. If that Misane is feeling down, even Aki-chan wouldn't know how to connect with her. So hurry up and get happy. Smile again with confidence like you used to. Even being controlled, Misane had made a major mistake. But still, that's what everyone wants, me and Aki-chan. And Mizuka-san too. I'm not saying this for you, Misane. I'm saying this for Aki-chan. What's so funny? I just realized how well you know Aki. Well, I thought I did. What do you mean? Aki-chan has suddenly been saying that she's done with robots. I don't know why she'd say that. Do you have any ideas? Misane's serious face slowly starts to turn into a smile. I take it back. What? You still don't understand Aki? Yeah, no kidding. Even she knows. And she's been in this room for 6 months. And even she knows. That's what I said. Wait, that means you know, right? The reason why she says she's done with robots. Just a thought, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. What is it? Tell me! I can't do that. You'll have to figure it out by yourself. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Even if I keep asking, Misane wouldn't tell me the reason. Can't believe now is when she's the old Misane. Huh? Phone call? Who is it from? It's from Mr. Candy. Wonder if something happened. Yeah, not a person to usually get a phone call from. Huh? After the call from Mr. Candy, I headed over to Space Candy, and coincidentally ran into Yashio-kun at the entrance. You got called too? Did I check? Okay, yeah, I did. Oh, but we checked his. I showed the pure-hearted high school students of Tanegashima a picture of my wife, and they said she's super beautiful. Well, I mean, I know it's the truth. Amayuki-tan, I love you. Beautiful. Just cat face. Yes. Good for you. Do not say any more. If you do, you will be taken by the agents of the organization. The only thing I feel is disappointment in you. Oh. Wise word that came out of my mouth yesterday. Every girl loves being given flowers. Everyone should remember that too easy. That is a great help. Such a gentleman. That's right, Nya. Also, if you gift cat treats, they will like it too, Nya. Depends on the circumstances and situation. It's not that easy. So he's saying it depends on the person? I'll tell him you said that. Ooh. Hey, who are you telling? Sounds like you're confused. It isn't something like that. How many times do I have to tell you? Just a blank. All of them just respond with blank tweet. I don't know how long the last routes are, but there are only 2 routes left. This is one of them, and then there's a final one. So, we don't know how long those are, but we know it's just the final 2. What? My name is Haoyoin Kyoma, as in the phoenix, and within it, rising with the crimson truth. What? All of them responding with just blank tweets. Good. You got called too? That means we both were. By the way, do you know what's going on? No clue? He just said to come here. Seems like we got the same message. I have a bad feeling we're about to run into trouble. If we don't finish it today, my hope is to finish it Tuesday. Oh, you finally made it. Oh, looks like everyone is here. As I walk into Space Candy with Yashio-kun, we see the Robot Club members and Nighton. I'll get straight to the point. I want another special event for the festival. Mr. Candy blurts us out without any introduction. That was blunt. Nothing will ever change if you beat around the bush. I don't think it's worth laughing about. Seriously. Moreover, you said the same thing last time. Huh? Did I? He's not good. Gotta do something quick. Well, it wouldn't hurt to have more events. It would. There's no way we can make any special events starting now. You won't know until you try. We can barely handle the events we already have. Juntan shuts her mouth after hearing Mr. Candy say that. Nobody else bothered saying it's impossible. You and I, after only being here for 10 days, know that once he starts, he'll never listen. Man, we need more events. I'm not going to do any work, but you guys, who I'm not paying, except for June, need to go just come up with a bigger, better, cooler event on top of the work you're already doing for free for me. Just to be clear, we already have our hands full with our assigned tasks. Don't worry, depending on what you need, I will send some help. You've had the ability to send help this whole time and have opted not to? That doesn't mean we can do another event. I understand, that's why I called these two over. Mr. Candy turns to us with a smile of pure satisfaction. I knew this was coming. First, the idea. Do you have any good ideas? Ideas, huh? The festival ends in less than a week. Is there anything we can do in that amount of time? If we at least had something to work with. Gun build 2? Huh? What about repairing gun build 2? Repair gun build 2. Yashio-kun! Are you serious? See, that would be great. It would definitely become a major event. Nya, Lamau. An internet emoji used when ridiculing or denouncing someone, also displayed as M9 face Lamau. What is gun build 2? Let's build a life-size gun barrel project prototype model 2. Gun build 2 for short. It's a robot that we, the Robot Club, displayed at this year's expo. Seems like the robot that fought in the incident half a year ago, gun build, was something Central T Robot Club had been trying to build since the club started. However, to enter the Robot Expo that was held earlier this year, they made another robot with their own hands. Gun build 2. However, gun build 2 was destroyed by Misaki Sanemiya at the Robot Expo. Huh? Doesn't that mean gun build 2 is in Odaiba? Well, I couldn't just leave it there, so we retrieved it from Tokyo. It's stored in Tanegashima. But Yashio-senpai, gun build 2 was cut in half. I don't know if I can do it, even with help from Doc and other mechanics on the island. At the very least, we need someone besides Subaru-kun who knows all about machines. And in that case... Oh, this looks bad. For that, there's another person we can count on. As he speaks, Yashio-kun looks my way. You serious? Of course. I knew it. Even if Hashida-san is somewhat knowledgeable about machines, it's not going to be easy. Excuse me. Oh, Hashida-san should be fine, right? Naitan looks at me and smiles. When eyes of full trust look at me. From me, be a piece of cake. What else could I say? Seriously, Naitan has become a little devil. Well then, for now we'll assume the last main event will be the return of Gun Build 2. Jeez. I can't say it's absolutely possible until I see Gun Build 2's current condition. I mean, you were told cut in half. But from what Subaru-kun says, it should be doable. I mean, with Mr. Candy leaning towards it, there was no point in putting up a fight. Everyone was nodding along, agreeing to the plan, when one person spoke up. I won't do it. I mean, but everything for this would be related to robots, so you wouldn't do any of the plans. I already decided to graduate from robots, so if you're going to do it, then go on without me. Nakadan rushes out of the room after speaking. What's going on with her? A lot, actually. All of it is Kai. So, what are we gonna do? What do you mean? Sanemiya-senpai was the one who decided to make Gun Build 2. She also put in the most work in making it. If Sanemiya-senpai isn't there, even if we made it in time for the festival, it wouldn't truly be finished. 4 Eyes finally showing he's such a daring for Prince-senpai. So, what are you trying to say, Subaru-kun? In other words, to completely finish Gun Build 2, we must convince Sanemiya-senpai to help. And the person we need to do that is you, Yashio-senpai. Everyone else gets it. Literally everyone else gets it. The other members nod as Subaru-kun finishes speaking. So, I need to get Aki-chan to care about robots again. I don't know if I can. If you can't do it, Yashio-kun, no one can. Okay, I'll give it a try. Just, he don't get it. At all. As soon as the members head back to their assigned sections and it's just the two of us, Yashio-kun lets out a heavy sigh. Why the deep sigh? Don't you just need to get her motivation back? Make it sound easy, but Aki-chan being done with robots is a major problem all on its own. Plus, I don't know what to do. I don't even know why she started saying that. Again, literally everyone else does. He probably doesn't understand because he's too close to see. And, you know, that's a generous way of putting it. Or maybe the distance they feel has made him lose his focus. Either way, if the distance between them doesn't change, the problem will not be solved. If that's the case, sounds like there's only one way. Hey, Kai? Hey. That night, even though it was after work, Akio accepted my invitation and came back to the festival venue. Sorry, you must be tired from work. No worries, but why here? I figured we haven't had the time to look around since it officially started. But Kai, I'm sure you understand, but you're done with robots, I know, but places besides that is okay, right? Yeah. Besides, you wore your yukata. I mean, I was given an opportunity. Nice, you look good in it. It's the same one I wore last time. So she says, but she doesn't seem to mind the compliment. I took Hashida-san's advice from lunch, which was... A date? Yep, a date. How does that have anything to do with robots? It's connected at its core, duh. It is. Plus, you wanted to fix your relationship with Akitan, right? Yeah. Then, if you do what I say, it should be fine. Come on, lend me your ear and I'll tell you the plan. Something wrong, Kai? No, it's nothing. Anyway, where should we look around? Let's see. First, once the date begins, hold her hand. This alone will shift your opponent's awareness. Opponent? I guess Kai only understands fighting game terms. Hands, huh? We used to always hold hands when we were younger, but when did we stop? I don't know when's the right time to try again. Maybe start with the food stands. But... now's not the time for thought. Alright, let's just go for it! Oh, what? If it ain't Akio and Escort? Ah, Doc! Don't tell me, is this a rendezvous? Rendezvous? It's not like that. If it's exactly like that, why would you tell him it's not like that? Well, it actually is. No need to be shy. Enjoy your youth. Akio is kind of blind to this stuff, so you better work hard. Ow! Well then, I guess this old man will leave before he gets in the way. See you guys. After speaking his mind, Doc slaps my back and heads off, somewhere else. Sheesh, I mean, he already got in the way. What did Doc say? Oh, he asked how the studying's going. That's something you need to whisper about? I don't know, maybe you felt like it? I see. Anyway, Aki-chan, did you decide where to go? Oh, yeah, I want to do that! Akio points to the goldfish catching booths. Ah, that reminds me. We should bring Misane with us. She's pretty good at that. Dude, you had one job. One job. Don't bring up Misane on the date. Don't bring up her sister on the date. That's it. That's your one job. Oh. Oops. Messed up again. I really have no learning skills. Never mind. Let's do that one instead. Akio turns her feet away from the goldfish and heads to the shooting gallery. Ah, I heard Misane is a great shot. Ah, damn it. Hey, look, it's Garo Fraki. They got a gun build. They got an Upa. Man, this is just Wall-O references, ain't it? Mix box. Honey. They've got... I can't tell what the corn one is because I can't read katakana and kanji. A lollipop, definitely not Pringles. A bunch of chips, some racing cars. Oh, you could get a cool cat press? Oh man, that's the prize you obviously want. I was like, there's gotta be something else from Chaos here. Yup. Cool cat press. They also have definitely not Char's mech in the top right. Definitely not Char's mech. 110% not. Nope. Not at all. It's a good wall of prizes, honestly. Ah, sorry. Ah, stupid nose. There we go. Oh, I didn't win anything again. Let me try. I'll get something. Kai, are you good at these types of games? Akio asks as she passes me the toy gun. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, for you, let's see. I'll get you that one. It's definitely a cool cat press. 1997, 731, cover story. Volume 145. Can't read the rest of it. Excuse me. I point the gun towards the gun barrel's Sophie doll? Doll made out of vinyl chloride monomer, aka Sophie. It was created in 1960 when the kaiju boom hit. Ever since then, it has been a popular toy for kids. Okay. Standing in the middle of the booth. If this was the normal Akio, she would love to have that. However, I want that one instead. Which one? See? The one next to it, the cool cat press? A box with accessories meant for girls set up on a small stand. You're sure? More than sure. I'm positive. Ah. What? Nothing. Okay, I'll get that for you if you want. Akio puts on an accessory. Well, how does it look? Well, I think it looks good. The shooting gallery was a lot harder than I thought. It took me 6 shots before I was finally able to get it. I'm glad she's happy about the toy accessory, but something feels off about the whole thing. Hey, Kai, you pick where to go next. Anything you want to say? Me? I look at the time and see it's nearing the end of part of the plan. In that case, follow me over here. No plan, just this way. To the parking lot. Hey, Kai, there isn't anything here? Kai? First, take Akitan to a spot where there's no one else. And after that, you know how people are afraid when the world is suddenly quiet? At that moment, I'll appear with a white cloth over me and shout, boo! I take it back. This is his first really bad plan. The rest of them have been... Okay, Kabidon wasn't great either, but... You know. Well... Hey, Kai, this place is kinda quiet. It's creepy. Let's go back. Ah! What's wrong, Aki-chan? Just heard something. I think something's there. Maybe you're imagining it. I'm not. I know something is. See, again, Kai. It's fine. Just the wind blowing. But... Aki-chan, don't worry, I will protect you. I love his hat. You evil spirit, I won't let you lay a finger on Aki-chan. Get away. Ugh, you defeated me. I love how many of these end with Daru in some sort of outfit getting defeated. Aki-chan, you're safe now. You're so amazing. Kiss. Oh, this is definitely how it's playing, like, in their imagination, right? Aki-chan. It's definitely not what actually happened. That's how it'll go down. Don't look so glum. Leave it to me. That's what Hashida-san told me, but I doubt it will go so smoothly. Hey, Kai, this place is kind of quiet. It's creepy. Let's go back. What's wrong, Aki-chan? I just heard something. I think something's there. Maybe you're imagining it. I'm not. I know something is. See? Again, Kai. It's fine. Just the wind blowing. But... she's gonna immediately know it's Daru. Or kick him in the face. Don't worry, Aki-chan. I've got... Aki with the DP, just Shoryuken. And another! Please, no! Are you okay, Kai? I like how her first reaction is wake up DP. It's good. It's perfect. Kai should recognize that. Are you okay, Kai? Yeah. Ooh, that was scary. Yeah. Hashida-san got pretty beat up. Hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. But what was that just now? A perv? She didn't even think it was a ghost. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe. Thanks to you. Aw man, all that effort made me hungry. Wanna head back and get some more food? Sure, that sounds fine. Really? Nice. To be honest, I've only been eating food from the shop and wanted to try other stuff. I told you, Hashida-san. Akio is a lot tougher than you think. But wait, even though she said she'd moved on from robots, does she realize that she just did a gun barrel upper? What are you doing, Kai? If you don't hurry, I'm gonna leave you. Okay, okay. When push comes to shove, you do the moves you know, man. Thanks for today, Kai. Hey. In the end, all we did was eat a bunch and head home. There was absolutely a lack of atmosphere. The only thing I noticed was Akio refuses to go near robot-related events. Since it's Akio, even though she said she's done, I thought she would forget all about it after a day. I guess I will remain sturdy. However, with all the Gun Build 2 stuff, I can't just let it go without knowing why. Well then, I'm gonna go. Wait, Aki-chan. What? Aki-chan, are you really done with robots? As I ask her to tell the truth, she sighs as though she's tired of hearing the question. I told you, if I said I am, then I am. Well, at least tell me why you want to leave behind the robots you love so much. There has to be a big reason. Yeah, a big dummy. That's because... Akio lingers on it for some time, but... because when I say I graduated, I'm graduated. I put all my robot junk away. No way. It's true, so don't talk about robots in front of me, okay? After saying that, she heads inside her house. The robot collection in her room all gradually expanded with her own growth. One she got from her uncle's on Christmas, one from Misane for her birthday. Each one holds its own memories. To put all of those away. Maybe I was the one taking her decision lightly. Seems like Akio is really trying to part with robots. But why? So Akio-chan is really serious about being done with robots. Seems like it. We gathered at Space Candy to hear the details about Akitan from Yashio-kun. So what happened between you two? Huh? Don't act like you don't know. I heard from Hashida-san. Last night you went on a date with Senomiya-senpai, right? You told them... Is that a problem? Not really, but it's not something you should blab about. It's not like I blabbed about it. How their relationship goes will decide if we can finish Gun Build 2, so of course they will want to know. Though it appears he himself doesn't fully get that yet. Or even partially get that yet. So, how was it? Deets, please. How? It wasn't anything special. Besides, that has nothing to do with this right now. It has everything to do with this right now. Of course it has something to do with it. The other members nod as Subaru-kun speaks. For his part, Yashio-kun looks like he has a question mark floating above his head. With this many people knowing what's going on, is he just acting dumb, totally innocent, or really that much of an unromantic? Yashio-kun, you were told by Hashida-san too, right? You need to do something about your relationship with Akiho-chan. I tried, but these are two different problems. They are very much not. Jeez. Sanemiya-senpai and Yashio-senpai are both like this. Seriously? Even Hidaka-kun understands. Wait, Daitoku-senpai, what do you mean by that? Exactly how it sounds. Wait a minute, I don't see the picture at all. What are you guys talking about? If you want to say something, make it clear. It's not our place to say, you daft buffoon. Well, all we can say is think about why Akiho-chan would suddenly say she graduated from robots. You should just Kabedon into a chin tilt and score. This Toru's like, I already told him that. Correct. Do you get it? Even Subaru's like, yeah, she's making sense. No, not at all. If he still doesn't understand, it'll be a major issue. Anyway, you need to get to Akiho-chan to clear this up. You have to hurry. We already don't have much time. Okay. After Juntan and the others yell at him, Yashio-kun leaves Space Candy like he's on the run. Does he really get it? No. Looking at him, he probably doesn't. Totes obvious. Yashio-kun's summer break is about to end. Robot Club's members want him to resolve it before then. More than that, there's also the deal with Gun Build 2. I don't want to become too involved, but it looks like I have to help a little bit more. Excuse me. This is bad. Yeah. No, it's not bad? Twitter. I know it's not about me, but I'm going to be jealous. Now it's their problem. Let's be quiet and just watch them. Yeah, quiet on Twitter. Totally thought she would rethink it, but she actually might be serious. It was a pervert at the festival venue. Be careful, everyone. It's a pervert. That's scary. Are you okay? Did they do anything to you? I hit him with a gun barrel upper, so I'm safe. I don't see their face, though, and let him escape. Tomorrow I will notify headquarters to warn about it. Checked once I got home, and it looks pretty swollen. Ow. Cavity? Should I recommend you a dentist? Ah, no, I'm good. Tonks. Sorry. Hope you get better soon. Starting up a plan to do one more big thing at the end of the festival. Going to be pumped till the end. Do you get it? Even though I was told that, I have no idea at all. Everyone said that Akio's robot graduation declaration was connected to how our situation was doing, but still, no matter how hard I think, I still don't get it. Like everyone said, I do want to do something about our relationship. Not enough to, do anything. Or talk to her. Or say you like her in any way. But, someone else may say I'm wasting my time with love when I need to concentrate on studying, but being left hanging like this makes it impossible to concentrate. I did try everything Hashida-san said to try, but nothing worked with Akiho. You also botched most of it. Maybe the flowers would have worked if you, didn't barge in on her changing. Maybe the album would have worked if you didn't go Misane, 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 Misane. Just maybe. I don't think the Kabedon is going to work. In that case, maybe I should be straight to the point. Yes. Maybe. A Kabedon to a chin tilt? I get what Kabedon is, but what is a chin tilt? Wonder that while waiting around 20 minutes outside Akiho's house. Finally, I hear the sound of her scooter in the distance. Akiho takes off her helmet, looking at me with a puzzled face. What are you doing here? I was waiting for you to come back. Waiting? Why? I want to confirm something. You didn't have to wait here. You could have just contacted me or gone inside. Well, that's true. They've made no progress still. Functionally, you don't have to. You should watch it at some point to see the interactions. But no, nothing has plot-wise moved them forward. He's only screwed up so far. Kai has only screwed up, so you're probably okay. You should go back and watch it eventually, but you're not missing anything right now. Also, hey Ramen, welcome to Fight for Light in the chat. But functionally, no, nothing has happened. The one thing that's happened is she made a declaration that she's done with robots. Hard stop, done with robots. And is sticking to it. And literally every single other person in their life knows why she made this decision except for Kai. She's decided basically to try to be a little more girly since maybe he doesn't like robot girls. And everyone but Kai knows. The other important plot point is that Mr. Candy, of course, wants another big event. They've all decided to try to repair Gun Build 2, but everyone is in agreement that they cannot and will not do it without her support since it was functionally her robot. And all of them just look at Kai like, you have to fix this. You have to fix this. He's like, why me? And they're like, That's it. That's the summary of what you've missed. Since the subject is what it is, it's kinda, yeah. So, what is it? This isn't the best place for it, so you got the time? Yeah, sure, let me drop off my things first. With that, she heads towards the house. Now, how do I begin? As I look up at the sky wondering that, I hear a soft sound behind me. When I turn around, Aki-chan? Aki has fallen in front of her home. See, that's not good. It's robot withdrawal, by the way. It's definitely what it is. Akitan hasn't contacted us. Or Iritan. Yeah. Based on how things went, Yashio-kun should be trying to connect with Akitan right now. So I asked Iritan to research how it went and contact us when Yashio-kun came back. Maybe it didn't go well. There's a chance. Or it went well and they're busy doing you-know-what. That means... Oh, the other great thing that did happen, Daru showed Kai a picture of like him, his wife, and his child, and Kai's like, I legit didn't believe him this whole time. We don't get to see the picture, of course. But he's like, oh my god, you weren't lying? That wasn't just somebody from an Eroge? Straight up blown away by it. That means... How naughty! Mom will not allow this! As we talk, finally we get a call from Iritan. Also, you'll see this when you go watch the VOD, but great Twitter interactions. Some really good Twitter moments. Ah, is this Hashira-san? What's up? What happened? It's been a while. So Akiho-san... What? Akihan fainted? Yeah, you wouldn't, especially because of how much he makes up, but like, he actually is married with a kid, like, for real, and he shows a picture, he's like, really? I raised my voice after hearing Iritan's message. The facial expression of the Robot Club members grows anxious. What do you mean Senomiya-senpai fainted? Rather than that, how is she doing? Looks like she woke up just now. Everyone sighs with relief. Big Brother said that he'll be watching her a bit. What caused it? It was caused by... Sorry about this. I know you're busy with studying. No worries. I can't believe that Akiho... Uncle... Uncle fled the room covering his mouth. I know that feeling well. I mean, Akiho. Yeah, when she said she's giving up robots, she wasn't messing around. I'm back. Ah, welcome back. How's Akiho-san doing? Hey, she's good now. I came back since it looks like she's not going to wake up soon. He is the escort. I see, but I'm really surprised. I didn't think that was possible. I was surprised myself. I mean, just not me. Pretty sure everyone was surprised. Cause of her collapse. Can't believe the symptoms were caused by robot with... I was joking. I was joking. I assumed it was an attack because of the stress, but no, robot withdrawal. Seriously, this is crazy. She fainted because she was holding herself back from loving robots. After she'd fainted, I brought Akiho to the hospital. When we visited the doctor, he said, There's nothing wrong with her. But then why did Akio... Wait, Aki-chan is saying something. What happened, Akio? What? Kunbam, Ideon, Marcus, Gyaoganger, Eva Mergia. God damn it. King Courage, Gyaoganger, not... Oh, I forget what is it like? It's like something Might Brave Gyaogaga or something like that. An anime series that aired in 1997, the 8th title in the Courage series. The lyrics, which repeat the title over and over, became a hot topic. Yes, good. Super Mobile Battleship Marcus. The anime series Super Mobile Battleship Marcus first debuted in 1982 and was a major hit. Very popular series that has multiple titles, made up even today. The series centers on transforming fighter aircrafts and has released many hit songs. Legendary Giant Soldier Ideon, robot anime that was aired in the 1980s, an epic tale created by the director of Gundam. Drew tons of fans due to it featuring a mysterious power found in the ruins of an ancient life form, war between Earthlings and aliens, and a dramatic story displaying their egos. Because the TV series was cut midway, the real ending was made as a movie, which was a new way to create endings for shows. Excuse me. Yeah, the prize wall was just, hey, do you want references? We got references. She's... Oh, there we go. She was deliriously saying robot names. Yep. As soon as she brought out the robot she stored away and lined them up, she fell asleep looking happy. Seriously, I feel like a fool to be so flustered about it. Didn't figure she liked robots so much that she'd faint from not being around them. Search the whole world and I bet you won't find many people like her. But that does sound like Akio-san. Yeah, true. Plus, to tell the truth, I feel relieved that it was the reason she fainted. For a moment, I feared it was a seizure. She really said she was done with robots, even though she loves them this much. And I still don't know why, because you're dense as a brick. Yeah, ooh. Did you hear? What? Akio-san got an offer to work at a mechanic shop in the island. Oh, really? A mechanic shop is basically a shop that handles machines. I have no idea why Irie is talking about this guy all of a sudden. But in the end, she declined the offer and begged to work at where she is now. She said she got in through her dad or something. Well, the place is a stand open at the festival venue. Normally it's just a diner located in Nishi no Omote. I was shocked the first time I heard about Akio working there. Plus, it's 40 kilometers each way, over an hour. So I don't get why she would go out of her way to work there. Akio-san has only ever had an interest in robots. She can't do anything ladylike, such as cooking. The whole time, she's felt like she can do better. Is that why she started working there? I was told not to tell you, but you clearly are dumb as bricks, so... Akio. I see. I'm glad. Turns out Aki-chan was a girl after all. Oh. Big brother! He's so dumb. Sorry, just kidding. I don't know Aki-chan was thinking that. Even though I don't understand how girls feel, I get why Akio is acting this way after Irie told me. While I was at the dorm attending preliminary school, only able to handle my work and not contacting her, Akio was worrying about all this. Just like everyone else. What? The only person who didn't understand was me. Thank you, that helped a lot, Irie-chan. Did it finally click that you're dumb? Now that I know, there's something that I need to do. Right, Hashida-san? Daru keeps giving him mostly decent advice on what to do to, like, try to win her over, and he botches all of it. He gives one or two bad pieces of advice, too, like Kabedon. But he gave some legitimately good piece of advice, and Kai just butchers it every time. Okay, right, understood. Also, it's a new day, so it's Twitter time. Looks like Akio-chan fainted. Seems like my son is with her, but I'm worried. Sorry to make you worry. It wasn't anything big. Thank goodness. So what was the problem? I can't say it. Please ask your son about it. Refuses to say it on Twitter. I was surprised, but I'm glad it's nothing serious. Still, didn't think that was the reason. She was pushing herself the whole time. Being yourself is the best. I was convinced. Yep, she does look the most alive when talking about robots. TBH, me too. Big mood. With that said, I will stay in like I should. Your major contest? What is that? Does it taste good? If you don't come tomorrow, I will pick you up. I'll reply without a moment to spare. So scary. Rain settles the soil, so I guess I should just watch them and do what I have to do. This morning I woke up and went to the living room. Irie was talking to someone on the phone. Sorry, maybe some other time. Good morning, big brother. Morning. Who was that? That was, my friend. A friend? Didn't know you had a friend. You're so rude, big brother. Even I have some friends. Sorry. I've been worried that Irie didn't have anyone close besides us due to her unique growing process. If she has other friends, though, that would be great. That's absolutely subtle enough for Kai, yeah. Anyway, big brother, are you going to see Akio-san today? Yeah, I was planning to. Why? No reason. Now that I know why Akio quit robots, I want to address it ASAP. That means doing it today, but we'll see how it goes. No, not but we'll see how it goes. Do it, you fool! I went to Akio's house and learned she was all better and had just left for work. Also, 1 second, my news. Of course, and as always, a scene with no music. So Akio should be... Morning, Kai. Morning. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, somewhat. Sleeping all day helped. You carried me to the room, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
No worries. Alright. I psyched myself up to come here. Oh, want something to eat? No, I'm good. Actually, do you have some time around lunch? Look, this isn't the right place or time. At least he understands that. I thought he was going to start, like, talking real nonsense while she's working. Lunch break? Yeah, why do you ask? Well, just a thing. I'll let you know where to meet up later. Okay. Well, good luck at work. Thanks. Good luck with your studying, too. She's at work. Talk about it. Yeah. He at least knows that much. Lunch break. I'm getting kind of nervous. Oh, hey, it's me. Hey, Kai. Sorry, did I make you wait? No worries. I've just been studying. Dramatic music. We've gotten a lot of music this route that I don't recall hearing before, but not a lot of CGs, which means the last route is going to be stock full of them. Because at the start of this route, we had 69% of CG completion. So the last route's going to be packed. We've gotten, I think, 1 so far this route. 1. I'm sure we'll get another at the end, but, like, that last route's going to have a lot. Why are we here? Well, I told Akio to meet me at the main event stage. I did some research and confirmed that there are no events for today. Which means no one should be stopping by here. After all, it's not the kind of thing I want to discuss in front of a bunch of people. Hey, Kai, what's up? You're a little weird today. You've been weird lately, too. No, I haven't. You gave up robots. Hush you. Wait, I didn't come here to tell her that. Hey, there's something I actually want to talk about with you. What is it? My heart beats faster. I hope slow-mo doesn't activate right now. With that in mind, I take a deep breath. Listen, Aki-chan. Yes? Sorry, give me a minute. Did he just run away? Is it just me? What's up? It's... Oh, God. It's nothing. Alright, let's try this again. Aki-chan. Yes! Huh? Kai. Now is not the time to get distracted by rustling bushes. Strange. I swear it feels like someone's there. Maybe it's just my imagination. Hey, what's going on? I feel like someone's watching, but I guess I just imagined it. Okay, let's do this! Anyway, Aki-chan. Huh? Sorry Kai, it looks like break time's over. I gotta go. Wait! I'll contact you when I'm about to finish work. Whew. It's hard to blow it harder than that. With a wave of her hand, Akio heads back to work. What am I doing? Escort has a better sixth sense than I thought. Seriously. Sure. Thanks for waiting, Kai. Sorry I'm late. You could have waited for me at home. The sun had gone down by the time Akio finished working. The house wouldn't have worked. Regardless, you always work this late? Since I'm still not that efficient, I take more time than the others. Yeah, also true. That's true. The other stores besides Akio's are all already closed down. But hey, I'm getting better. It used to be so bad they wouldn't trust me to close the store. And now when I wash the dishes, I rarely break them. I never broke a single dish working at the grocery store. Mind you, my department wasn't the one that always had to wash the dishes, but we still had dishes to wash. Never broke one. I guess they were probably designed to be fairly resilient, though, to be fair. Rarely? Yeah, rarely. Anyway, soon I'll get even better, so they might let me help in the kitchen. Finally, I can cook. Right, that's why she's working here, and why she's done with robots. So Kai, what did you want to talk about? Yeah, about that. I thought this may not be the right place, but since no one's around, I might as well. No one's around. Hey, don't push! That's what I said! Shh! Quiet, you two. They'll find out if you're too loud. Hey, what is everyone doing here? Right? So... Sorry. We couldn't resist. Seriously, you guys too? Sorry. We grew too curious about it. My bad. They must be what I was sensing earlier at lunch. Well, now you know. Ignore us and go on. Don't be shy, keep going. Aki-chan. Huh? I grab Akio's hand, who doesn't seem to get the situation, and run. To be fair, Kai judging somebody on not understanding the situation is kinda... pot and kettle. He ran! Kai? Let's get out of here. Okay. After escaping from everyone chasing us, we hopped on my scooter. Yeah, Daru's not going to be able to chase for long, but Daru has a car. And came here. Last year we spent a lot of time together at this place. Excuse me. And it's also where we had our first, and continuing to be only, looks like they gave up. Good, I can finally talk to you in peace. So Kai, what did you want to talk about for like the 9th time? The stars. Huh? The stars are beautiful. I gaze up at the stars shining through the aurora. Oh, Yeah, they are.
鹿児島に行くと
In
さ
Kagoshima, you can't really see the
思ったよ
stars.
り不思議だよね
It's strange.
ここ
You'd
とそん
think
な
that
に
it's
離れ
not
て
too
ないよう
far
に
from
思え
here.
るのにさ
Such a short distance, yet it's just enough to make things completely different.
そ
そうなんだ。
I see.
だから俺
That's why I didn't even get why you suddenly started your new job.
はい。
でもさ
But that too was probably my fault.
違うよ。それは単に
No, it's not. I did it on my own.
いや違うよ
No, that's not entirely true. It's because I didn't make it clear. I think I made you worry.
アキちゃんに
I looked down from the starry night
不安を
sky.
与えちゃってたんだと
Akio's face is lightly illuminated before me. She looks up at me with a nervous
ア
expression.
キちゃん
Aki-chan, I love you. I hear her gasp.
俺さ
You know, I was really scared when you fainted yesterday. I thought you had another seizure,
それで
but it made me realize I should stay by your side.
そうじゃない
No, more than that, I want to be with you. Finally, but there's so many things I still have to do, so I can't be with you all the
さ
time.
でも
But someday, you know,
いつか
when the time comes, when I'm able to reach my dreams with my own hands, then I want to be with you forever.
はい。
Wait for me till then. Akio's eyes are wide as she looks surprised. The stars reflect and twinkle in her eyes.
でもうち
But I can't do anything
誇らしい
ladylike.
ことなんて。
Akio's unsteady voice reverberates through the air.
それに
And plus, I really do love robots. He's like, that's okay, I can't do anything manly. Oh wait, no, there's nothing more manly than being good at fighting games.
分かってる
I know, but that's who you are, Aki-chan.
いいの？
You're sure you're okay with me?
もちろん
Of course.
お姉ちゃんじゃなくても
Even though I'm not my big sister. I've heard those words before.
だから
Why are you
なんで
talking
そ
about
こで
Misane?
だって
Because you stayed silent after that day, so I thought Misa was a better fit. She's still thinking that
お
way.
姉ちゃんの方が
Truth is, I'm the reason why she feels that way.
何も
Mhm.
言わなかったのは照
I
れく
didn't
さ
say
かった
anything because I was shy,
でも
but now I see that it made me lose my chance. I'm sorry.
それじゃあ
Then you really...
もちろんミサ
Of
ネのことは
course,
好
I
きだ
like
よ
Misane. The way I feel for her is far
ミ
different
サ
from
ネ
how I
に
feel for
対して
you.
も俺がずっと一
The
緒
one I
にい
want
た
to
いって
stay
言っ
with
て
is you, Aki-chan.
だから俺は
I want to. No, more than that, it can only be you.
アキちゃん
Aki-chan? Akio jumps to me with all the feelings she cannot show. The impact is bigger than I'd expected. I almost fall, but steady myself. Obviously, falling here would look really bad.
うち
I
うちもカイのこと
I love you too, Kai.
大好き
She closes her teary eyes. Then, under the sky full of stars, our lips touch for the second time. It kinda makes me feel embarrassed.
なんか
Akio's blush is so cute that I hug her as tight as I can against me.
ちょっと痛いよ
Kai, that kinda hurts.
ごめ
Oh,
んでも
there's 75%. Okay. Sorry, just a little bit longer. Okay. The feeling of her in my arms. Akio.
でもさ
Hey, well, what made you say you were done with robots? I can't be obsessed with robots forever. I have to be more ladylike. I know the reason why, but why now? There has to be some sort of cause behind it.
それは
Well, because... Oh, god damn it.
ジンに言われたか
Ah, Michi. Damn it all. All of the drama of this fruit is Michi. To be fair, okay. Hear me out. Kai clearly wasn't taking any steps on his own, while Michi gave really bad advice. You can absolutely 110% say this only happened because of his terrible advice. Did he mean it that way? Hell no. He thought he was being helpful. He was being so unhelpful that he became helpful again. For better or worse, it's only him. He definitely didn't help in the way he thought he was going to help, but he did.
ミッチ
Michi, I'm gonna strangle that man. He said that if I kept on obsessing over robots, guys wouldn't like me. Seriously, that's so
ア
unnecessary.
キちゃんは今のま
You
ま
can stay how you are, Aki-chan. I mean, you're the girl who's crazy about robots, right? So crazy about them that you faint if you can't think about them. Not sure if it's okay to be that way.
いいんだって
That's fine. That's the Aki-chan I like.
はい
Yes, Akio, who's been with me since we were kids. You're perfect the way you
あ
are.
りがとう
Thank you, but since you're chasing your dream, I want to try as
だ
well.
から
I'll never be over robots, but I want to improve on other stuff, like cooking and chores. Don't know if I'll ever be good at them, though. But maybe one day we can both fulfill our dreams together.
アキちゃんの夢
Your dream? Another life-size giant robot?
そうじゃない
It's
よ
not like that, a more normal dream. She means, so, will you stay with me, Kai? Stay forever?
はいは見てて
Akio looks at me, her face bright red. Instead of answering, I lean down to her tiny lips, and we kiss for the third time. She's like, wow, that's great. That's not an answer to a question, though. Alright, everyone, we're gonna work hard and build Gun Build 2, Blast of Spirit. What happened, everyone? You guys look kinda down. Hey, cheer up. Today, Akitan arrived with max energy. Only 40% of... Oh, sorry. Shiny finger. Only 40% of all city robots have been repaired. Taboo news. Looks like the after effects from last year's solar disturbance and the so-called Richie incident are still ongoing. Delivery robots are super helpful. They deliver anything you order online since it was just a robot. Excuse me. I could talk to it not without getting nervous and not to be embarrassed looking untidy. I want it to come back already. Looking untidy. Gulp. Stop it, perv. Maishi lunch. Karaage lunch set again. There's a possibility that the camera on a delivery robot recorded the untidy look, though. Speaking of, I might have seen a secretly taped video before. Tell me where the secret video is located. I will destroy it with all of my might. You mean physically? Ah! This is all the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Kangaroo. That wasn't a joke, right? Did something happen? Ah, nothing! Talking to myself, publicly, on Twitter. Found something interesting. This little lovey-doveyness is so good. I asked the boss and got the okay. Thank you so much. Anyway, Storm of Surge, Blast of Spirit. Ha, so much energy. It's always extreme with her. Talk about nonsense. So, yeah. What did I miss there? It's much more later than literally every other game in the series. Yes. Except for the next one we're going to play, which is non-canon, to be fair. No, you're right. Unless the last chapter decides to mess that up. Today, Akitan arrived with max energy. I feel like this really does confirm that the last chapter has to be the Daru chapter. Now, we won't be able to finish Gun Build 2 like this. Well, I'm glad that Akio-chan is here to help, but... Seriously? Huh? What do you mean? Anyway. The members all look at each other and smirk. Suddenly, they all start speaking. Congrats, you two. I guess we can call this a celebration. Congratulations to you too, big brother. Oh, thank you. Huh? What? Well, congrats fly through the air. Akitan appears to be the only one who doesn't get the situation. Hey, Kai, what's going on? What are they congratulating us for? Yeah, that. Frautan steps forward towards the bewildered Akitan with an inappropriate smile. What? Fraubo? I obtained something really funny. What? Something funny? What is it? Frautan takes out her phone droid and reveals. They did kind of do this right by her house. How does this exist? What's going on? Shocking video from a surveillance camera. Delete it right now. Hey, how do you feel right now? How do you feel? Imagine, I'm pretty sure the shade of red that they turned right now would put the overlay to shame. Just delete it if you don't. And stop your scary face. Yashio-kun intimidated Frautan enough that she reluctantly deletes the video. Oh, such a waste. Let's give the fans a break from despair. Maybe, yeah, finally. Seriously, can never be too careful around you. From the way they look, it seems like they were prepared for the information to be out there, but weren't ready for that scene to be recorded. I mean, it's embarrassing to have your confession saved as a video. To think if I was recorded. Yeah, no thanks. Well, for me, it was fun to see Yashio-kun lose his cool. I'd say that, but TBH, I have a backup. Yeah, or 12.
オナちゃん
It's just a joke.
本当
It's
に
not a joke. You sure? Have I ever lied to you? Often and repeatedly.
何度もね
All the time. Totes obvious. However, Yashio-kun appears to understand she's joking and finally calms down. However, hey, Bravo, if there's a backup later on, can you... Huh? Nothing! I meant nothing!
ほら
Hey, we're done talking about us. Now let's talk about Gun Build 2.
そうですね。
You're right, we don't have that many days left. But having Akio-chan back helps a lot. Sorry everyone, from now on I'll give it my all. Well, will your job be okay? Yep, after I explained the situation, they said they'd give me some time off.
本当はアキちゃん
Maybe the real reason is that they run smoother without you. Hey, Kai, what are you trying to say?
冗談だよ
Just kidding. No, you weren't. That one was serious.
やれやれ。
Jeez, I guess it's true. We're close enough and you'll know what the other person's thinking. Damn it, being all lovey-dovey and gross. Normie should blow up. Well, at the very least, everything is all good and there's nothing to be worried about, right, Yashio-kun?
も
Yeah. Huh?
さて、では
Very
改め
well.
て
I reviewed our situation concerning Gun Build 2 and have reached a conclusion regarding it.
結論
A conclusion?
時間もなければ予
We
算
don't
も
have the
ない
money nor the
おまけ
time.
に人
On
でも
top of
ない
that, we lack the manpower. Completing the project would be a truly daunting task.
スバル
Subaru?
実のところ
I'm being honest, I'm on the same page as Subaru-kun. Besides, I heard that Gun Build 2 was the robot they brought to Robot Expo, which means it's not a robot familiar to the people of Tanegashima. What meaning would it have as the main event? With that in mind, I shared my thoughts.
確かに
Ashida-san and Subaru may be right. By the look in Akitan's eyes, everyone knew what she was about to say next.
でも
But I want to do it, because it's what we made from scratch.
うちはね
I want everyone to see Gun Build 2 courageously standing
い
tall.
ろんなことがあったでしょ
Went through a lot. I remember how sad June became after what happened to Subaru.
その上
On top of that, we didn't have any money.
万博に
Kai and I were the only ones to go to the expo.
しかも
And what happened at the expo?
結局
In the end, we were never able to see Gun Build 2 together, right?
だから
That's why I want to see it. Kaito, June, and I may not be a part of Central T Robot Club anymore, but still.
それでももう一度見たいんだ
Here
よ
we go.
みんなで一
I
生
still want to see it again. I want to see the final Gun Build 2 we worked hard to build together.
あきほちゃん
I get it now. Central T Robot Club. This is their motivation. Akitan's enthusiasm and Yashio-kun's support. Subaru-kun's knowledge and Frautan's skills. And Juntan's karate? No, let's say her thoughtfulness. These factors and time spent together resulted in building it from scratch. That time is far more important than anyone could measure. I understand it so well after spending 2 weeks with them. Because I too had a time like that. An important time spent with friends.
まあ
Well, I already knew you'd say something like that.
スバルそうと決まれば
In that case, we can't just stand around. Yeah, every second lost is not coming back. Let's go.
私もお手伝いし
I'll
ます
help too.
別に
It's not like I'm helping because I want
じゃない
to.
んだからアリちゃん
Ari-chan, Frailbo.
ロボ部復活
Looks like the robot club is back.
はいそれじゃあ
Alright, it's been a while, but let's do that thing.
あれやりますか
あれって
Do you mean what I think you mean?
ここで
Here? There's a lot of people around
い
though.
るけど恥ずかしい
Embarrassing actions are prohibited.
こういうのは
You gotta do it while you're
こちら
feeling
が入ってる
hyped.
時にやるもんでしょ
Everyone put their hands out, mumbling something in response to Akitan's words.
ほら
Hey, you too, Hashida-san.
いや
No,
僕は遠
I'm
慮し
good.
とくよ
This is probably an important ritual for the robot club. What?
無理にやらせるの
Forcing him wouldn't be nice. Ah, fine. Well then, let's do this.
中華ねロボ
Central T Robot Club, blast the spirit! Good.
それにしても
Even now, you're all a bunch of actors. Everyone besides Akitan looks abashed from Yashio-kun's words.
どういうこ
What do you mean?
出るよ
I know that even though you said it'd be difficult earlier, you guys kept things moving for the
この
past
数
few
日
days,
間
right?
も各自でいろいろ進めてくれてたんでしょ
What? Seriously? Well, we thought you'd say what you
後
said.
になって慌てるのも嫌
There's
だ
no
し
point in panicking later about it.
みんな
Everyone.
ありがとう、橋
Thank you, Hashida-san. Standing next to me, Yashio-kun spoke while looking away. Huh?
知ってますよ。
I know you were the one giving orders, right?
何のことかな
What are you talking about? It's true, I did say some stuff here and there, but it wasn't all thanks to me. What surprised me the most
それ
was...
でスバル
So Subaru, what's the current
動
situation?
力系に関しては
Regarding power, the mechanics all over the island will help out.
島
We
中
should
の
start
スペイア
with
の皆さんに伝ってみます
Minato-san and Kamata-san. Yes, his presence. Subaru Hidaka. His skills as an engineer far surpassed what I imagined. I said leave it to me, but honestly that was far more that I learned regarding hardware. In the future, he may become a helpful presence elsewhere.
そっか
I see.
港の
Old man Minato, old man Kamata.
プログラム関連は
Furuguri managed the programming. Yeah, no kidding. And Kono Furuguri, aka Frau Kojiro. She creates the robot's management system, a fairly intense program within a couple of hours. She basically did make KB's systems by herself too at her age.
ありがとう
Thank you, Frau Bo.
ご褒美
As a reward, let me lick Yashio-senpai's collarbone, please.
それはダメ
Nope. It's POS. As a reward, let me lick your boyfriend's collarbone. I was slightly involved when it came to making adjustments and reviewing the unit settings. Still, even though Yashio-kun thanked me, I am the one who wants to thank him for meeting people like Subaru Hidaka and Kono Furuguri. The encounter it had with that thing meant the body needed repairs and new parts. Yep, the biggest issue was the motor's damage. When I brought it up to Doc, he brought out that item, the monopole. A magnetic monopole. Normally all particles have both south and north magnetism, but particles that are one-sided are called monopoles. Currently monopoles have not been discovered, but they are frequently used in sci-fi novels as a fantasy particle. Monopoles were thought only to exist in fiction, but the monopole I retrieved, Doc had it too. It was a shock to learn the monopoles were a gift from Kokimijima. We need to be careful about this Kokimijima, but for now, I'm just grateful for meeting like this.
ただガンツク2制作にあ
However,
たって
there
は
are some problems
まだ
regarding
まだいくつか
repairing
の問
Gunbuild
題があり
2.
ます
画像の保存プリーズ
Subaru-kun says this as he adjusts his glasses.
これは以前も
This
問
was
題
an
にな
issue we
った
discussed before, but about the face, which by the way, I still think is unnecessary.
色に決まってる
Of
よ
course it needs one! Akitan and I speak in unison.
ここはロボットの
The whole point of a robot is its face. If there was no face, it wouldn't be a robot. Duh!
わかりました
Understood. In that case, I'll leave it to you two.
お二人に任せましょう
Unexpectedly, Subaru-kun accepts our demands. Almost like he knew that was going to happen. Huh? You aren't going to fight about
以前
this?
にも散々した
We've already debated it multiple times. At this point, it's become a waste of time.
瀬ノ宮先
Plus,
輩
I
は
knew
そう
you'd
い
say
うだろ
that,
うと
and
思
now
ってい
two
る
people hold the same idea.
それに
It's
今
too
は
much to handle.
同じ意見の人が
Akitan and I look at each other.
そうなってはもうお手上げです
Ah, now there's two of them. Wow! We arrived at Old Tanegashima Airport to see Gunbuild 2 was already lying down. Yo, you're finally here! Passing by Doc as he greets us and Sawada-kun, Akitan heads straight for Gunbuild 2.
懐かしい
Gunbuild 2, it's been a while. Thanks for the help, Sawada-kun.
いいえ
No worries, for stuff like this, leave it to me.
任せてください。
Thanks to Sawada-kun's work, Gunbuild 2 was already jacked up and ready for repairs. Turns out being cut in half actually worked out for us. At last year's Robot Expo, Gunbuild 2 was cut in half by Samaraki, a multi-legged massive hug created by Exoskeleton Company. Model number is Hug X02, a prototype unit developed and created to display the company's technology at the Tokyo Expo. Shaped like a spider, because that seems to be the best thing to shape a giant hug about, its 6 legs are controlled by the pilot's fingers using the FOS, Finger Operating System. Currently, only 2 units have been confirmed, the one at the Expo and the one that arrived at Tanegashima in February. The latter one was destroyed by Super Gunbuild 1. I mean, it could be Sawada's route, to be fair. It would make drastically more sense to be Daru's route, but there's a lot of questions about Sawada that'll probably get answered there. Like, how do they know each other? Why is he here? It makes it sound like the damage was extensive, but this is a robot, not a human. Moreover, besides the waist area, it wasn't really damaged. I connected the dynamotors all along the torso, so you can move it if you want. Well, still needs adjustments though. At first I thought I should wait and let you be in charge, but if we had, we wouldn't have made it in time, so I moved forward with the major parts. No, you were right. Thank you. Besides, Gun Build 2 wasn't just made by me, it was made with help from a lot of people. I wouldn't complain about that. Doc and Sawada-san, thank you very much. No problem. I just helped out because Hashida-san asked. This wasn't for you. Tsundere Uts. As I said earlier, we're using a monopole for the motor. Its supply power will be the same as before, a laser shot to a parabolic antenna on the back. We could have modified that as well, but then I figured it wouldn't be Gun Build 2. Thank you for everything. I love you, Hashida-san. Ooh, confession from a teen. Oh, don't get confused. I mean, I like you as a person. The only person I truly love is Kai. Aki-chan, what are you saying? Well, I just didn't want you to be confused. Something like that wouldn't confuse me. Really? Yeah, it's Daru. I get it. Yes, really. Kai. She's also like, it's not like they don't know. Can you do that kind of thing when you two are alone? Four Eyes is gonna get jealous, can you not? Why would I be jealous of Yashio-senpai? What is this guy saying? If you were gonna get jealous, it would obviously be for Princess-senpai SMH. Why would that be the case? I guess they are getting along. Hey, there's no time to waste. Let's get started. And then, the Robot Club's hot summer starts once again. Kai, can you get that wrench right over there? This one? No, the 17mm one. Which one is 17mm? It probably will say 17mm on it. Our time is very short. Furigori, regarding this. Seems like we can make it lighter than before, but how about the balance? Hey, are you listening? Oh, relatable. I feel that. And the work is very hard, but... Here we go. Frau is the best. Frau undeniably has the greatest credit sequence of this game. How about a break with some cold tea? Thank you. No worries, it's the only thing I can do. The only thing I can do is help clean. I will help too. They can't top the AI credits, true. But, still pretty good. Okay then, can you clean up that leg? It's a heartwarming and important time for us. June, Irie, thank you both. Appearance is super important for a robot, plus, I bet it makes him happy. Yeah, I hope so. Oh, do you know what? Even so... I can't, okay. Oh man, I wish we could make it actually look like Gun Barrel and not use AR. I continue to want more and more. Hey, Subaru, if Hashida-san and Sawada-san help, I bet we can make a robot that looks just like Gun Barrel. That's impossible, obviously. He's right, I mean, do you know how many days we have until the reveal? Then do it for next year, maybe. Please, do that on your own. Moreover, next year, Furiguri and I will graduate. Right. That's right. Next year, Subaru and Fraubo will graduate. They may not even stay on Tanegashima. Just like Kai. If his wish comes true, he'll be enrolling somewhere far away. I don't know what I'll do then. If that's the case, this might be the last time we're all together like this. Even so, that really makes me want to build one. A real gun barrel. But for now, it's about the one in front of us. Our Central T Robot Club's hard work. We must ensure it returns to bask in the light of day. Alright, let's do this. A storm and surge, blast of spirit. Everyone... What happened, Aki-chan? Hasn't even started yet, Prez-senpai.
驚くだけ無駄ですよ。
Surprisingly pointless once again.
ほらほら
Hey, everyone, get to work!
動かして
それじゃあ
Okay,
早
let's get
速
it
動
moving.
かしてみるよ。
Finally, our Gun Build 2 Revival project is reaching its zenith. Yesterday we finished the body, which took until nightfall, and today we're doing final adjustments. There are two reasons why it moved along so fast. First was that, even though it looked bad, the damage wasn't that bad even with it being cut in half. If it had been crushed or chopped into pieces, it wouldn't have gone so smoothly. And the other is thanks to the adults helping, especially Hashida-san. Because they all helped out in major areas, we cut down on a lot of time. Specifically, Hashida-san's leadership was on point. From all this and the fact that Nai-san knows him, I knew he wasn't just anybody. I said this before, but Gun Build 2's basic build is essentially the same as what the Robot Club originally made. It's operation by delivering energy through a laser beam transmission. The controls are basically the KB control system. A control system mimicking the control method used in Kill Ballad Online. Oh wait, no. A system where the power is sent by converting electricity to a laser beam. A parabolic antenna is attached to the back of Super Gun Build 1, and the laser gun mount attached to a truck shoots power. For the motor, we're using that one thing, but since I tweaked it a bit, it may have less power. And also, there were some parts that we could reduce the weight on, so I adjusted that as well.
それって橋田さん
We did all that? Yup.
驚きました。
I'm surprised. I didn't anticipate so much feedback from just a quick glance of the blueprint.
へえ
Wow, I didn't know you were that amazing.
人なんだ
Of course he is. Do you even know who he... Hey, Sawada-kun, let's not mention that. Hashida-san stops Sawada-san as he's about to say something. Speaking of, I think I've heard this back and forth before. Maybe there's a reason why they hide it so much.
それにしても残念だぜ。
But man, I'm disappointed. I really wanted to put vernier thrusters on this time. Vernier thrusters, you have something like that? Yeah, I went out of my way and made them for this guy, but they never got used. In that case, we should attach them to the thighs and add a hover function. Function where you can move more smoothly with less friction by floating a little bit off the ground.
でしょでしょ
Right? And then color the body black and purple. He used me as a springboard. They spoke clearly in unison.
さすが
Nice, Hashida-san. Man, you really do understand. I don't know what's going on, but they're all getting along. Hey, Super...
却下です。
Nope. Again.
当たり前です。
Of course, even though things have changed, the main goal is the same. We do not need vernier thrusters. Ah, such a stubborn guy.
でさ
So what do you want me to do? Is it ready for me to
動か
move?
しちゃっていいの
Doesn't look like the conversation will ever end, so I decided to jump in.
あうん
Oh,
そうだ
yeah,
ね
that's right. When then, June?
と
Okay, got it.
わかった
After confirming everyone has moved far away, Juna controls the laser gun mount and points it at the parabolic antenna. At that moment, Akio points her finger to the sky.
ガンツクプロジェクト
Gun build project prototype Model 2, start! As Akio presses down the button, the heavy motor starts to roar. It still resembles an old man just waking up. Oh, it's just working properly. It's been so long. Feels like we're reliving what happened half a year ago. Laser scanner activated. Loading area map data. Starting scan. Also known as a 3D scanner, measures the spatial position information of the subject through a laser shot from the scanner, a scan-type electronics distance meter. Battery charge percent is 0.4. Oh, I'll keep it steady. Alright, lift off! Checking that the auto balancer is working, the foothold supporting the body takes off. System that automatically corrects balance, even without pilot input. The computer makes fine adjustments to the center of gravity, a necessity for bipedal robots that can fall from even a slight breeze. Gun Build 2 stands on this land with its own two legs. Ah, Kai.
何
What is it?
うち
I really love robots. Yeah, we know.
知ってるよ
I know. And I like watching Akio's face lit up like that. Yep. And never say that out loud. Do it, Kai!
了解
Roger. I launched the kill ballad system on my phone droid.
確か最初に
First, we
カメラの
register
ポジション
camera
登録
positioning, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. That is correct.
でございます。
By moving the phone droid up, down, left, and right, I confirm the scenery from 8 meter high is linked.
視界良
View
好
is good. I really wanted to link the head's movement to the camera, but we really didn't have enough
さ
time.
てと
Alright, then let's...
それじ
I
ゃ
take a quick look at Subaru. He's looking at the whole situation with a calm expression on his face. Looks like that accident is still affecting him.
それじゃ前進するよ
Alright, moving forward.
頑張れる。
Gun barrel, take off! I input the walk command and the motor rumbles as Gun Build 2 slowly raises his right leg. Ooh. The right leg takes a step. Then the left leg takes a step. After 2 steps, Gun Build 2 stops moving but doesn't lose balance. How could it not affect it? Yeah. Well, no problem with the auto balancer, but it seems like we should do some minor adjustments. How are things on your side, Subaru-kun? When I looked, Subaru was pointing his phone right at Gun Build 2 from a distance. There appears to be no issue with gun barrel. Right. Gun Build 2 might look like an unfinished robot at first glance, but it actually features an AR function. When you look at him through the phone droid, we made it so you see gun barrel instead. But seriously, this connection to the kill ballot system is very well made.
そりゃそうよ。
Of course it is. Huh. I look over to see Akio give a groan as she
ど
frowns.
うしたのアキちゃん
What's wrong, Aki-chan?
ガンツク2を
Making
もう
Gun Build
一度
2 again is
作るのはい
fine,
いけ
but
ど
this was like already complete, you know?
も
Well, yeah.
なんか
So I don't have a feeling of accomplishment. Feels like something is
う
missing.
確かに
True, but this project was about fixing Gun Build 2 and getting it back up and running. Plus, we don't have any time, so we can't really do anything else.
それはそうだけ
Get
ど
that, but
私は
I'm just
去年み
happy
んなで頑張った
that we
ことが
forgot to check Twitter.
また
I'll announce it here. I never meant I'd be done with robots. Central T Robot Club is back, hyped up. Don't push yourself too much. There's never going to be a better time to do so. Yep, this is the way it should be. I don't hate this vibe. Sadly, it made me laugh. Excuse me, sorry. Helping out today finally feels like I'm part of the Robot Club. What are you saying? You already are a member of the Robot Club. You're saying that now? This whole time I've been thinking the same thing. Being mood. They all said what I wanted to say. Everyone, thank you so much. I cried just a bit. Don't think something would be pointed out from just a glance at the blueprints. Who really is this guy? Youth is nice. I still remember the old days. Didn't think I'd see this happen again. Well, since I'm involved, I'll make sure it's done in time. My daughter was alive. She has to be like that. I'm just happy that one we worked on so hard last year is back up and running.
そうですよ。
She's right,
それに
and
その
plus,
ため
we
に
did add a new
新しい
feature.
要素があるんでしょ
Subaru suddenly spoke up while standing next to us all.
新しいよ
A new feature?
顔ですよ、顔。
Yes, the face. Isn't that you and Yashio Senpai's job?
そっか
Right, Gunbarrel's face.
僕はナンセンスだと
I
思
think
い
it's
ますが。
nonsense, but since we decided on it, I will hear you out. Even with that said, I don't want to waste energy on something unneeded.
スバル
Subaru.
ちょっと待って
Wait a minute, why do I have to help out too? Also, hey, Pots! Welcome to Fight for Land in the chat. Congrats on still being part of the chain gang. How you doing? Also, 63 months. Jeez, how's your prison time? Hope Sunday games went well tonight. Hope you're having a good day. Prison fight. I told you, I'm leaving it to you two.
俺ってアキ
You
ちゃん
don't mean Aki-chan and Hashida-san.
二人といえば
When I say you two, it means Sanemiya Senpai and Yashio Senpai.
なんで
The
俺
game
は
read? Glad to hear, glad to hear. Why me?
そんなの決まっているでしょ。
Yeah. Yeah,
二人は
those are always good nights.
恋人同士
The reason is obvious. It's because you two are lubbers. God, Lamau, 4 Eyes is saying something embarrassing. Something embarrassing. Shut up. You don't have to force yourself if you're going to turn that red over it.
篠宮先輩がやることは
Anyway, it's natural that Yashio Senpai helps out with whatever Sanemiya Senpai is doing. This is not fair. Ah, looks like we got a chain gang prison riot. Irie, who's watching us from the corner, notices our expression and whispers in our ears. Even though he says that, he's trying to make time for just the two of you. We Stone Ocean now. Huh? Actually, Ramen holds all the power here. Subaru is... For Subaru to do something like that.
いいですか
Alright, anyway, construction of the face is your responsibility, so please accept it.
お願いしますよ
なんか書いてこうして歩くのも
It's so good that you text the speech to that one and then it got you. Perfect.
Stone free.
It feels like it's been forever since we walked together like this.
俺が予備校に通うよう
We
になっ
didn't
た
really have a chance to see each other since I started going to preliminary school. Even though we said we'd create the face, we cannot make major changes to the weight balance. So as a solution, Hashida-san and Sawada-san already had gathered materials just to change how it looks. Along with that, we need to buy some stuff that's missing, so Akio and I headed to the mainland. You don't pay my sub, me. I also wasn't sure that was going to work either, so we're kind of surprised. I mean, they set us up to spend time with each other, so we had to take them up on the offer. I glanced to see Akio intently looking at a shop window.
どうしたのアキちゃん
What's up, Aki-chan?
あ、
Oh, I was thinking that maybe I should wear cute clothes like that
可愛い
someday.
服とか
These are certainly the kind of girly clothes that Akio wouldn't usually wear. Super girly, right? Something like that?
なんでもない
Never mind, I didn't think it looked good on
し
me.
てみればいいんじゃ
Why
な
don't
い
you try it on?
う
Huh?
気になるんでしょ
You're curious,
だ
right?
った
Give it
ら
a
試してみ
try.
ようよどう
How did it go? Well, I don't think it's for me.
ってことは
That means you tried it on? Yeah, but it's embarrassing, so I'm gonna take it off.
おい待ち
Wait a sec, show me first. No, you'll laugh.
笑わないって
I won't. Really?
笑わない
I promise I'm going to look. But wait, I'm not mentally ready. Why? Of course it's a cat-made outfit. Ah, opportunity missed. She should have been... Yeah. Oh,
何
say
か
something.
言ってよ
I like that they give it a tail, too.
いいんじゃない
Looks fine.
やっぱり脱ぐ
I'm taking it off! I stop Akio's hand as she tries to close the curtain.
いや本当に
No, really, I think it looks good. Really?
うん
Yes. Akio has always rejected this part of herself, the cat-eared part. She didn't like it before when it turned into a cat ear made with the AR app on the phone droid. Speaking of, this does kind of look similar.
ところでア
Hey,
キちゃん
Aki-chan, I thought you didn't care for this type of clothing.
そうだけど
Yeah, but I was thinking that you might like it.
貝が好きかな
I
って
knew
思
it.
って
Yeah, you walked into the route where they finally confess to each other and they're actually dating. That's what you walked into. You're okay with not buying the clothes?
うん
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing too.
さ
I see.
貝は着てほ
Did
し
you
かっ
want me
た
to wear it?
いや
Nah,
俺
I'm
は
fine
い
with
つ
the
も
regular
アキちゃんで
Aki-chan.
十分だから
Akio furrows her eyebrows as they tell her that.
うん
Hmm,
そ
I
れ
feel
はそれで
conflicted.
何それ
What do you mean?
やっぱさ
I mean, I want to be seen as cute, you know? At least around my boyfriend. Is that what this is about?
彼
A
氏
girl's feelings sure are difficult to understand. Yeah. Oh, I still can't believe I actually called, jokingly, why she fainted. A girl's feelings sure are difficult to understand. Well, I'm just surprised that Akio has a girly side at all.
あのさ
Hey, did you feel
貝は
lonely the
この
past 6
半
months?
年
Akio stops unexpectedly and mutters while looking
うち
down.
はさ
I was lonely. I would wonder what you were doing if you were okay.
貝の夢の
I
邪
didn't
魔
want
を
to
したく
bother
ない
your
し
dreams, so I promised
なるべ
myself
く
I
連
wouldn't
絡を取ら
contact
な
you
い
too
ように
much.
しようって
I remember what I realized. While I was working hard for myself, Akio was thinking about me the whole time. Also, Akio was the one person who pushed me to go when I decided to attend preliminary school. I was worried about her seizures, but she said she would be okay. I just relied on those words and never made myself clear to her, which made her feel alone.
ねえ貝
Hey, Kai, is it really okay to pick me, not Misa? Really
姉ちゃ
me?
んじゃなく
First of all, you two were clearly meant for each other. Second of all, Misa's out of his league. By a huge amount. By an extraordinary amount. This again. She's comparing herself to Misa.
言ったでしょ
I told you. Your sister complex is out of this world. Yeah, he didn't help it any, though. I told you. I hold on tight to Akio's hands as she looks at me with a worried expression.
これは
I want to be with you.
はい
Akio's hands softly squeeze mine. This is a bit embarrassing, but I'm
なんか
happy.
恥ずかしいけどでも嬉しい
I also thought this when I saw them at the hospital, but I'm sure her tension with Misane hasn't been resolved. Even though they are sisters, maybe it's hard to be close again after drifting so far apart. Still, maybe this Gun Build 2 will help them grow closer. To tell the truth, this is the reason why I mentioned Gun Build 2 when Mr. Candy said to make another main event. Gun Build 1 was started by Misane and passed down to the Robot Club throughout the years. However, Gun Build 2 was designed and created by our generation, and through the hard work of Akio acting as the club president. My thought is that by presenting it to Misane again, it might close up the awkward gap between them.
カイどうした
Something
の
wrong, Kai?
あ、いや別に。
It's
次はどこ
true.
行こうか
That's the one thing Aki cannot do, is beat him at fighting games. It's the singular thing. But nobody's perfect, you know. Ah, no, it's nothing. Where do we want to go next?
おー
Let's see.
そうだね
Next is... Of course, I don't know if everything will work out perfectly, but I do want Misane to see the Gun Build 2 that we built with our own hands. It may be a chance to make Akio's dream come true one last time. I know I'm not the wistful type, but that's the way I've been thinking lately.
アキちゃんさ、
Hey, Aki-chan?
夏が終わったらさ、
When summer ends...
うん
Uh-huh.
もうちょっと
Let's
会え
find
るし
more time to see each other. Yeah.
とりあえず
Okay,
今日は
I
こん
think
な
that's it
と
for
ころ
today. Did we check Twitter from his side today? No, but he doesn't have anything different.
あとは
All we need to do is add the face that Kaito-kun made and do some minor
もう
adjustments.
一度細かい
Robot
調
Club
整
members
を
went
すれ
back
ば
to their assigned
大丈夫
tasks and
そうです
swapped
ね
places with Naitan, who came to visit. She and I stare up at Gun Build 2, which is colored orange from the evening sun.
でもさすが
Wow,
は
you really are the
橋
man,
田さんですね
Hashida-san. Just like that, you got it back moving again.
一撃で真っ二つ
We were
に
lucky
さ
it
れ
was
た
cut in
の
half
が
by one
幸い
strike.
したって
If
と
it was
ころ
more
だ
severely
な
damaged, it would have been very difficult.
そうですか
You think so? I think you still would have been able to deal with it.
僕を褒めても何
You're not
も
gonna get anything out of me for
出ない
that.
残念
Oh, boo.
あでも
Ah,
食
but I'll buy you
事
some
く
food
れる
anytime. My treat. Let me know. Oh, Hashida-san. Oh man, I'm in trouble. It's already been 2 weeks since I came to Tanegashima. A week is about to pass since that incident occurred. With that said, time has gone by preparing for the festival. Maybe it wasn't okay to be this easygoing dealing with it. No, that's not it. At the time, I'm pretty sure I thought it was impossible. And plus, I'm sure that...
そういえば
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something, Hashida-san.
何
What is it? Ask me anything. By the way, the color of my underwear is...
あそれは
Oh,
結構です
I'm good on that.
そう
Aw.
聞きたいことって
I wanted to ask about the electromagnetic wave or radiation equipment. I was wondering where it went.
あ
Ah,
あの騒ぎの時
I
に
totally forgot about it after the incident. Do you know where it
すっかり忘れ
went?
てたんです
ささ
Nah, maybe Doc or someone took
い
it.
いえ
Nope, Doc says he doesn't know.
そう
I see. I really don't know either.
そうですか
Okay, that's not good. It would be a problem if somebody found it and used it for
も
evil.
し
I will keep an eye out for it too.
お願いします
Please do so. Obviously, I collected the device and it's still with me. However, I can't give it back right now. Why is that? Because I'll probably need it later.
そうだ
Oh, yeah. I should probably make that thing soon, just in case.
どうしたんですか
What's up?
いや
Ah, no, it's
でも
nothing. I think I can make one through reviewing that thing. Man, about to have some sleepless nights again. Today, as usual, the adjustments for Gun Build 2 are still ongoing. And Twitter is ongoing. Wow, I am so old now! Oh, jeez. Same, Daru. Huh? What happened? Are you okay? I was just KO'd while working. See, glad it wasn't something big. Thanks, I'm overcome with tears of joy from your kindness. I had lots of invoices when I woke up this morning. I know you don't know what I mean, but you get it. Well, I was just buying BL dojins with midnight vibes, that's all. So honest to one's desire, but I like that. I feel so calm inside the hangar. After all, this is my place. They used to be mad when they said they were building 2 and not finishing Gun Build 1, but now they're both like my children. Also, the Tokyo dude is no ordinary person. The Tokyo dude. Oh, I read that. You know what? It's like 10:30 and we haven't saved once. so we're gonna do that. It seems unlikely we finish it tonight. We're gonna finish it Tuesday, by the way. Assuming that the last chapter isn't something we can finish in whatever time we're gonna have left, Tuesday we're finishing it. I do want to be able to try to start up the joke game by Sunday. I feel like that'll be fun. And we're so close to this, I want to finish it. And I didn't have plans for Tuesday, so it kind of works out. It'll be nice to do, like, really stressful horror, something funnier. Really stressful horror, something funnier. Hashida-san yawns like a seal again. Yawns like a seal. You look sleepy. Yeah, like, this one's still clearly got at least a few minutes left in it, and there's no way the final route's an hour. There's no way. It's impossible. Well, I didn't get much sleep last night. I didn't sleep at all. Only got 2 hours at most. People who boast about not sleeping are trash. Man. I was out too long last night. Not good. Need to be more careful. I'm not that young anymore. Going out at night, huh? There isn't much to do at night on this island. The most you could do is go drinking. But Hashida-san doesn't seem like the type to drink a lot. Plus, he doesn't have anyone to drink with. Though he has such great people skills, he might be able to get along with people we don't even know. Hey, Kai, can you help out over here? Is it something I can do? Could you just hold this? She holds out her hand. Got it. The face construction is moving along smoothly. Even though I say face construction, we aren't literally making a new head, we're just changing what it looks like on the front. Kinda like making a mask. After all, since Gunbarrel's body is what it is, if we made its head realistic, it would make everything unbalanced. In the end, we decided to make a face matching the body, but modeled off a Gunbarrel. Even with that, it should look better than the face it had, which was just drawing stuck on the head. And mostly, Akio looks very satisfied with it, so that's all that matters. Here we go. It's too lewd, I know. Just screw this bolt here and... That's true. If that had happened, then this one would be the one banned off of Steam. But, Kai, you want to say something? I just think that this sort of clothes and tools suit you better than an apron in the kitchen. Huh? What are you trying to say? Just complimenting you. Doesn't sound like one, though. I genuinely told her how I feel. Sheesh, a woman's heart is hard to understand. Am I supposed to serve lunch looking like this? Lunch? Oh, I woke up early and made a bento. Is that even edible? Ah! I've decided I won't cook for you. I'll never cook again. I'm kidding, seriously. Well, only half kidding, really. Alright, now please securely support that side. Yashio-senpai, you're off! Sorry. The homemade bento from Akio is rampaging through my stomach. That is perfectly descriptive. Overall, I think she's still better off sticking to tools. Rampaging through my stomach. Oh man. That's weird. I followed a recipe and everything. If she's able to do this while following a recipe, it means that either the recipe was wrong or Akio's skills are really found somewhere else. The bento dragon is solved. Oh man, you missed it. So one of Daru's plans to get them together is, okay, Kai, bring her out to the parking lot at night when no one's around. I'm gonna put a sheet over my head and jump out and scare you when it gets tense. She straight up DPs him immediately. Immediately on reaction DPs. And it's glorious. It's so good. It's so good. And then she does it a second time for effect. It's fantastic. Of course, Daru goes away limping pretty bad, but you know, whatever. It was so good. How does it look? Is the camera placement off? I can't tell until we display it, but I think it should be okay. Okay, I just need to secure one more and we are finished. 2 days early, which is not bad. Ooh, does this mean
これで
Gun Build 2 is fully revived? Yeah, all while in a yukata too. Even with that said, I still don't feel it.
よかったね。
Good for you, Gun Build-chan.
かっこいいです。
Looks so cool.
疲れた。
I'm exhausted. Please, no more.
まあ顔をつけた
Well,
ことで
the weight has
重量が
changed since we
変
added
化
the
します
face, so we do need to make some minor adjustments.
まあ調整だけなら
If that's all that's left, tomorrow is more than enough time. We'll take it to the venue tomorrow night and display it on the next day, the last day of the festival. Since it's the last day, people say a lot of visitors will be there.
来るんじゃないかっていう話です。
Yeah, I'm pumped that we're showing off V Gun Build 2 like this.
できるなんて限る。
ちょっと待ってくださ
Wait,
い
what is that?
何が？
What is what?
ですから
The name. Did it change because we made Gun Build 2? Come on, Subaru. It's not the English word new. We're talking about the Greek new, which is also the letter V, obviously. Right, Hashida-san?
ねえ、橋田さん。
それ以外に考
I
え
can't think of
られる
anything better. Yeah, it does fit. All you need is like a 2.0 at the end of it, and it's a very Daru name. No, now I'm more confused than before. Instead of saying more, Subaru takes a deep breath, having thought it over. No, never mind. New or Mark II, just do whatever you want.
ニューだろうと
Regardless of whatever happened, looks like this guy's name is New Gun Build 2 now. I have no idea what that refers to.
あさって。
Do you think people will come to see him the day after tomorrow? New Gun Build 2? Akio looks worried. Maybe she's remembering what happened back at the expo. At the expo, only a few people were happy about seeing Gun Build 2. Some people even yelled that we were being inconsiderate. That's why we want a lot of people to see it this time. Although there's probably one person she really wants to see it. New Super Mario Brothers, yeah, huh? In the end, I could not reply to Akio's question. Better huff huff than puff puff. Standing in front of the white door, I take a deeper breath than usual.
よし。
Alright,
どうぞ。
come in. A small voice replies after I knock on the door. I walk in as the voice invites me to see Misa looking the same as usual.
何？
What is it? How are you doing?
別に変わらずよ。
See, you'd figure we'd get that quote during Phoenix Wright, but nope. No. Robotics notes. Same as always. I see. Misa's recovery from that incident has been a lot harder than I thought. She's been told by the doctors to not do any hard exercise. Still, recently she's been looking a lot better. I believe that within a couple more months she'll be back to her normal self, but ever since that day there's been a gap between me and Misa. I wonder if it'll ever be
それ
fixed.
だけ？
Is that all? Huh?
他に言いたいことは？
Aren't you here because you wanted to talk about something?
うん。
No, it's not like that.
じゃないけど。
I have something I want to say.
そう。
I see.
来てくれ
Thank you for
たね。
coming. Sorry I just took some medication earlier and I'm getting sleepy.
あ
Oh, okay. See ya.
じゃあ、
If Misa came to see it. Hey!
あさって。
The day after tomorrow, on the last day of the festival, we're displaying the remodeled Gun Build 2.
こちらの
The robot that we made, with the members who took over the Central T Robot Club that you founded.
自分たちで
It broke apart on that day, but it's all good now. It's all okay now.
もしよか
So,
った
if it's okay with you, I would love for you to come see it.
私が行くと
If I go, I'm sure I'll cause problems.
ごめん。
Sorry. Ah, it's okay. Go in disguise! Wear like a hoodie. Nobody will notice. Can we not go back to how we were yet? Was I foolish for thinking this could be the chance to fix us? I just want to talk to Misa like I used to. Misa. I mean, she's not wrong, though. She would absolutely cause a scene. Unintentionally. Banners and posters were suddenly delivered to the office. I hope it's okay to post all of them. It's really tomorrow. Our hard work. I hope they see it this time. Preparation is finished. No doubt that'll be a blast tomorrow. Thanks, Mr. Space Candy. A weed hoodie. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Nobody will expect her to be that guy. What is this? Finally, it's the night before our time arrives to show off New Gun Build 2. Those of us who came to the venue to deliver New Gun Build 2 and make final adjustments are surprised. The Central T Robot Club that saved the world half a year ago reveals the return of Gun Build 2. The venue is full of posters with that line written on
も
it.
しかしてあれ
Did you do that, Mr. Candy? Not for nothing, he doesn't do things in halves. He commits 120%. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? It's amazing. When did you do this? While everyone was adjusting Gun Build 2, I made them real quick. Akio and I have been stuck on New Gun Build 2 for the past couple of days, and never had the chance to stop by the venue. Seems like he did that. I mean, it's the last main event. If we're gonna do it, it must be flashy. Just a quick glance confirms there are posters and banners all over the venue. You'll see it whether you want to or not. That's what I think, but... Are you sure this will be okay? Akio mutters. The revival of Gun Build 2. I mean, I was the one who suggested asking for another big event, but I didn't think it would be this big. Well, I mean, it is the main event, so I get it. The problem is, how many people even know about Gun Build 2? I mean, more will now. Gun Build 2 was created for the expo, and it's not like it had a huge success at the incident half a year ago. Who would come to this? I think that's what Akio was worried about. Forget about that. Listen up. Let's get this guy moving. And hiccuping. Doc says while tapping the large truck that stopped at the gate. Obviously, tied to its back is the new Gun Build 2. I do like how Daru has stomach physics, and every time he appears on screen, it, like, settles into place. Okay. We have to put this guy back together and make adjustments one last time. We would have preferred to do the building at the venue from the start, but the lack of space made that impossible. Besides, if we were doing adjustments at the venue in the afternoon, the show wouldn't be amazing. I know it's unavoidable, but double labor is twice the effort, as they say. Seems like it's going to be another all-nighter. Let Daru sleep, he's too old for this nonsense. The next morning, our sleepy eyes open wide at the impactful scene before us. What the? So many people! Seems like our worries from yesterday were needless. My thoughts about how not a lot of people recognize Gun Build 2 is probably still right. Looks like events are about more than just what you know. The most important thing is about making it look like a big event. I don't know what it is, but it looks amazing. I don't know, but seems like they're putting effort into it, so it must be cool. When things get advertised like this, it convinces people something superb is about to be displayed. In other words, even if it was a rushed job, Mr. Candy's plan works. Oh hey Michi. The cause of and solution to all of Kai's problems. The real problem is if a new Gun Build 2 can match these expectations. As far as that goes, I have no idea. I mean, if it was Gun Build 1, which won the battle half a year ago, I'd get it, but this is Gun Build 2, which we took to the expo. To be fair though, I was the one who brought it up. Anyway, can't back out now, we've already gone too far. So, how's Gun Build 2 doing? I don't know, let me check Twitter. Being used to the morning life, I am at my limit. I'm not young anymore, so good night. No, you can't. We're still not done yet. Wake up! Oh, but to the point, it's not too much. I barely made it through. Finally it's done. All of this is due to everyone's help. Thank you. I love you all. The face isn't that bad. If you take a good look at it, it does look like Gun Barrel. At the very least, I don't hate it. Me too. It looks cute. Of course, because what it's modeled off is amazing. Gun Barrel is so sacred. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Let's do our best tomorrow. Looks like everyone was surprised by it. It's on you guys now, Robot Club. It's not Gun Build 2, it's a new Gun Build 2. Looks like she's really particular about that part. I think we did the best we could, so unless something major happens, it should be fine. A lot of it was thanks to Subaru and Farabo's hard work from half a year ago. Since all the settings were already set up, we didn't have to adjust much this time. It's still a lot of work while you guys were gone. You should let him lick Karate-senpai. Fine, if that's the case, then please go all out. Oh, so it's fine when it's Karate-senpai, but when it's your boyfriend's collarbone, suddenly it's off limits. Okay, sure. Hey, Akio-chan, just because it doesn't involve you... Huh? Where did Hashida-san go? Wow, way to change the subject. He said he was going back to take a shower. Definitely not to grab some sort of mind magnet device or anything like that. to make people see cool stuff, Hashida-san went to take a shower. Now of all times, heading all the way home?
いや橋田さん
I mean, I'm sure even Hashida-san takes showers. Alright, I have questions, Aki. What do you mean by that? I like to think that, like, he's old enough and he has a wife that, like, if there was ever a point where he didn't shower often, that is a past part of his life. Well, yeah, but... Today at 1 p.m. on the special event stage, the giant robot New Gunbuild 2, proudly made by the Central T Robot Club, will have its revival presentation event. Please do not miss the dedication event and gather near the stage. I repeat. That's good. Before us is a giant figure covered in white cloth. It's New Gunbuild 2, of course. We're having the people who gather to see New Gunbuild 2 stay a certain distance away. The reason is simple. If anyone touches the laser used to transmit energy to New Gunbuild 2, it could seriously hurt them. It's set so that if the laser leaves the target, a safety device will activate and stop it, but just in case. Already people have started to gather around New Gunbuild 2. Among them were familiar faces like Uncle Senomiya and Juna's brothers. I wonder... Nope, doesn't look like it's got a tag. Or at least not one we can see from here. Akio appears to be searching for someone in the crowd. No need to ask who she's hoping to see. Did you tell Misane that the presentation is happening here today? Yes, she did. Akio nods in answer to my question.
でも
But she said it'd cause trouble if she came. I'm sure that Akio would like to see the newly reborn Gunbuild 2. The same Gunbuild 2 that broke back then. By showing him up and running, it sends a message that anything can be put back together. But I'm sure things are still awkward between them. I mean, again, maybe things are awkward between them, but it's not an illegitimate excuse. She would cause a large distraction and take away from their moment. As we talk, more and more people start to gather, filling the place. What is Hashida-san really doing? Subaru asks as he knits his brows. Once Hashida-san does the final check, V Gunbuild 2 can move whenever we want it to. But Hashida-san himself went back for a shower and hasn't come back.
時間までには
He did say he'll be
戻って
back in
くると言い
time.
ましたが
He really is an interesting person. In the beginning, he was just a weird person Naisan knew. But now he has secured a place in our group. More than that, perhaps he's even close to the center of it. Hey, what are you doing? My bad. Can you please let me through? Hey, watch where you're touching! No, sorry, my mistake. I just want to... Yo, cutting ain't right. No, Looks like he's finally back. Man, that took a lot more time than expected. Sorry. Seriously, everyone was waiting. What were you doing? Us adults have things we must take care of. Okay. Huh? Hashida-san, what's the luggage for? Hey, don't worry about it. Just don't kick it, whatever you do. Oh, it's just in case. Never mind that. How's the setup going?
遅れてきてマジふざけんな
Showing up late and asking that. Okay, overall looks like there aren't any issues. After Hashida-san returns, he wipes his sweat and checks on New Gunbuild 2. I mean, if he sweats that much, there's no point in taking a shower. Wow, rude. He didn't want to be sweaty around all you kids, obviously. Before we knew it, the venue was so full of people it may overfill. Even people who have zero interest grow curious when a crowd grows this big. People bring people, which brings more people. Even with that said,
本当にすごい
there really are a lot of people.
ちょっとびっくりだ
A
よ、ね、
little surprised. Ah,
起きちゃう
まさか
didn't think this many people would come to see New Gunbuild 2. Yeah, I never dreamed it back then. Kai. Yeah,
いよいよだね
it's almost time. Yeah,
入管つく
New Gunbuild 2. Akio says while touching the sturdy metal body.
やっとさ
Finally, everyone's hands together can make it move. Yeah, back when we displayed it at the expo, it was just the two of us. Now, half a year later, we can present it again with all of the members of the Robot Club.
よし
I love his.
準備は OK オールグリーン
Alright, setup is complete. It's all green. As Hashida-san gives us a nod, Michi, who is watching out, grabs his mic. My heart jumps. We will now begin the presentation for the miraculous robot New Gun Build 2 designed by the Central T Robot Club. With his voice as our cue, we all gather around Akihon. Everyone forms a circle, putting our hands around each other's shoulders. Oh, what about you, Hashida-san?
僕の
Oh,
こと
don't
は
mind me.
お構い
Go ahead
な
with the
く
young ones.
若い人でどうぞ
改め
Alright.
てうちらみんなで
For
作っ
Gun Build 2 that we made together. Now the day has come to show it off as New Gun Build 2.
披露できる日がやっと来た
I
よ
notice the strength clenching the hands around my shoulders.
うちらの夢と
This is the
勇気
proof of our
友情
dreams,
の
bravery,
証
and friendship, and now everyone will see it.
じゃあ
Everyone together.
中種ロボ部
Central T Robot Club, blast the spirit. With a firm shout, everyone heads to their assigned places. I launch the kill ballot system. I have control. I make New Gun Build 2 kneel down in preparation for the show. As the majestic music plays on the speakers, on cue, 4 drones ready on the corners remove the white cover. Nickname for military unmanned aerial vehicle, also called a UAV. Its name is derived from a warrior in Greek mythology, Dolan. Non-military drones include motor rotor or quad rotor UAVs. They're very small, too small for humans to ride, and require 3 propellers to take off and maintain flight. Excuse me. Throughout the aughts and the tens, cheaper ones, which could be controlled by smartphones, were developed for use by the general public. I notice people hold their breath as V Gun Build 2 is revealed little by little. Our tension raises from the reaction, and then the cover is off, revealing all of New Gun Build 2. However, for a moment the venue remains silent. Akio gives me a worried look. Originally we were going to give an explanation before the performance began, but boldly I input that command into the phone droid. Its body creaks as New Gun Build 2 moves from crouching to slowly standing up. They did a good job with the face, yeah. And just at that moment, a giant cheer erupts from the venue. Yes. Smiles appear on each person's face as their worries fade. I mean, that is still crazy cool to be made by, like, a group of high schoolers. Like, yeah, they had some help from JAXA and some money from Candies, but still, got it.
おじゃりも
Ojarimus, everyone. Akio's cheeks redden as a loud cheer rose from the crowd.
ご覧ください
Take a look. This is New Gun Build 2, the refined version of Let's Build a Life-Size Gun Barrel Project Prototype 2 that we, the Central T Robot Club, made half a year ago. What? What about this is Gun Barrel, you ask?
そうですよね
You're right. This robot looks nothing like Gun Barrel.
そういう方
If that's what you're thinking, please take out your phone droid and launch the IRUO application. Following our words, most of the people in the venue take out their phone droids.
用意はいい
Are you ready? Now please point the camera towards New Gun Build 2 and look at it through the phone droid screen, and behold! Wow, it's Gun Barrel! Amazing! That's so cool! That's right! Our New Gun Build 2 is designed to show Gun Barrel when seen through AR. Following along with the words, I input another command. The crowd roars again as the giant gun barrel strikes a pose. Aww.
何
What? Aki-chan, why are you crying?
だって
Because last time no one was watching, but now so many people are seeing it. I still love the stubby look of the first one. It's true, a year ago when we showed off Gun Build 1, no one bothered to look. Even those that showed up just came to laugh at us. It was the same half a year ago when we displayed Gun Build 2. Only a couple kids thought it was cool. We were even told our timing was inconsiderate. But now, all we hear are cheers. Ah, okay, gotta answer to those cheers. Let's go, Kai. What? You mean go as in... In regards to programs, the next part is walking, and then do the karate kata.
こういうのは
Times like this, you gotta go all out from the get-go. Well, yeah. Got it. In that case, I won't hold anything back. I'll input the walking command twice. As I quickly input the commands, Gun Barrel starts to move. Here we go. Storm and Surge. Blast of Spirit. Daru, what are you doing? At that moment, the world is distorted. While reeling from the dizziness, I frantically cancel the command, but the moment I do, I see something strange. Its body lowers as new Gunbuild 2 stops moving, and beyond it, a dim shadow appears. The people around the stage give a cheer, thinking it's part of the performance, but that's not the case. At least we weren't told about it. The shadow takes the shape of a human, a figure who looks familiar. That's... yes, it is. Well... sorry to bother you when you're all enjoying your time together. Yes, a voice we all know well. Are you surprised? Ko Kimijima? I thought you disappeared. I hoped the electromagnetic wave or radiation equipment had made him disappear forever. Unfortunately, it takes more than that to make me go away. Again, Ko Kimijima reveals himself using the sky as a big screen. Tell me, people of Tanegashima, how was it? Did you enjoy your last festival? Last? It's not him. My instincts are telling me. This Ko Kimijima is different from the one before. How? Didn't you disappear? Alas, I still exist just like this, unfortunately. Why? My plan, Project Atom, was perfect. I mean, if it was perfect, why did it fail? Project Atom, by artificially interfering with the sun and causing a solar disturbance, creating a magnetosphere substorm to wipe out the human race, that was the plan he, Ko Kimijima, tried to enact half a year ago. A phenomenon where energy from a geomagnetosphere accumulates and releases, also called a magnetic reconnection phenomenon or just a substorm. Compared to the sun's surface temperature of around 6,000 degrees, the solar cornea is located around 2,000 to 10,000 kilometers above the surface, can reach up to millions of degrees hotter. The principle of heating comes from the sun's substorm. Due to the sun's surface and the solar corneas having opposite directional lines of magnetic force, the release is very unstable. Both lines of magnetic force have tendency to connect together, growing shorter. This occurs when vast amounts of energy gets released, resulting in a substorm which causes the solar cornea to heat up over a few million degrees. Substorms that happen in the sun's magnetosphere have a major effect on the Earth's magnetosphere. Blah, blah, blah. Solar disturbances bring the sun's atmosphere and plasma to Earth's magnetosphere, like a high-speed jet blast. When that plasma hits the Earth's magnetosphere and a substorm occurs, just like in the sun's magnetosphere. This is similar to if the Earth was affected directly by a solar flare. It would roast and kill the majority of all life on the planet's surface. During the process, he lost his life to Misaki Sanemiya. However, by making himself data, he controlled Misaki Sanemiya and continued on with the plan. He stole the black hole bomb from an institution in Europe and tried to hijack the Axis rockets to launch it into space. The aftermath of a supernova, the explosion of a dense and massive star, consider a star over 1 million kilometers in kilometers in diameter, and its surrounding space compressed in an area smaller than that to the period of the sentence. The gravitational collapse attracts matter close by and absorbs it. From far away it looks pitch black due to the infinite gravity at the singular point in its center. Even light itself cannot escape. All of which was only prevented by us, the Robot Club. Right about now, the world should have been in my hands. I didn't take into account that the people of this tiny hick island would stop me, nothing short of ridiculous. His voice is calm, but I sense a deep grudge beneath the sound. You all must know now how cold of a world it is to be in a sea of digitized memory cut off from interacting with the outside world. Are you here for revenge? The iron hammer of God is needed for haughty, ignorant people. You calling yourself God? So selfish. You don't know? I've always been a selfish person. The crowd that was laughing at the start, believing it to be part of the performance, grows quiet. Seems like I can't tell if this is part of the show or for real. My experiment failed because I left trash lying around. Every gear turned correctly, but a small piece of trash got stuck in the delicate cogs. Trash? You're calling us trash? This time I won't fail. First you guys, then I will delete the people of Tanegashima who praise you like heroes. After that, my new ambition will begin. This is... To be clear, if you think I'm the same as the last time, you're dead wrong. Yeah, I know. The pressure that comes from those simple words. Last time Ko Kimijima was acting like he was merely bugged to catch us off guard. And to tell the truth, we really were caught off guard. Infatuated with love, bringing a relic that passed in your youth. It appears you have fully enjoyed your last festival. Right, he was waiting for this moment. The memories of the past and the hope for the future. What kind of expression will you make when all of that is destroyed? This will be fun. Kokimijima looks full of satisfaction. He looks cold. An inhumanely cold smile. With all that said, I'm sure someone out there still don't understand what's going on. Some even may be thinking this is part of the performance. For those people, I'll show you that this is reality. Kokimijima snaps his fingers. Is he using that device again? I prepare for it, but nothing happens. Then suddenly... Kai, look! I follow where Akiho points and see from behind the parking lot that things slowly appear. Oh, a spider-like monstrosity. It can only be... Sumeragi. The robot we destroyed half a year ago. Is it actually standing right there? Can't be. This could only be another mirage. Wait. Is that what you think? See for yourselves. See for ourselves. Don't tell me he's... Alright then, now the real festival begins. Well, as he speaks, lines of smoke stretch out from Sumeragi. Momentarily, the area is filled with an ear-piercing peal of thunder and bright flash. This is no mirage. This is real. See, I have so many doubts because we know Daru has the machine, and we know Daru's not going to murder people. So if this turns out to actually be real and people are dead, I'm going to be a little surprised, but right now I'm just assuming, nah, it's all just for show. That moment, the people who were silent scream. Everyone heads towards the exit, determined to escape. This is just like that day. It's the same scene as the events of the pre-festival. The only thing different is, back then the pictures were a mirage. This time it's real. Please stay calm, everyone, please calm down. Michi, who had taken the mic from Akiho, pleads desperately, but his voice is drowned out by the angry roars. How does it feel? The height of enjoyment brought down to the abyss of fear. Daru going a little too hard on this. That must be Sawada-san. That is Sumeragi Unit 1. Then that means... Yes, it's the one that was lost after the incident in Odaiba. I didn't think it would show up at a place like this. Does that mean Kokimijima was hiding? Excuse me, sorry. The Sumeragi the whole time? What do we do, Kai? What can we do? Fight with New Gun Build 2? Against Sumeragi? Impossible. There are no fighting features on New Gun Build 2. Yet, there's no way I'm just going to watch with my thumb in my mouth. With that said, the current me has zero ideas on how to fight back against them. That's not fair. Kokimijima, aren't we the target? These people have nothing to do with it. Unfortunately, I adhere to equality. All trash is still trash. While Akiho was arguing with Kokimijima, I recalled the battle with Sumeragi from half a year ago. Back then, we were able to fight thanks to having time to prepare. Right now, all we have in front of us is New Gun Build 2. There's nothing else to fight him with. In other words, it's like standing in front of a trained and fully armored soldier with nothing on you. OP, we can't do anything about this. Right? Like Frau said, there's nothing we can do. I like how they're so clearly reusing the art from the first game that it still says Unit 2, even though he's like, oh my god, is this the Unit 1? Mind you, I don't care. It's just kind of funny. To be honest, we are done. The end. Yet. Pisses me off things are going this way. Well, what can you do about it? We'll give it a shot with New Gun Build 2. I mean, it's perfectly fine, I don't care, but I noticed. That's reckless. Besides, there's no way Gun Build 2's hull could last. It'd be over in one hit. That'd be the end. We can't give up and run away. Running is a valid option, so... And abandon the guests who haven't run yet? Toku-senpai? There was a little girl next to Juna. She must have been separated from her parents during the chaos. So we need to at least buy time for everyone to escape. I'm with Juna-san. Yeah, don't get hit is always the option. Something I am clearly super good at in The Evil Within. Not getting hit, that's my forte. I've mastered it. But, I know, you were planning on staying anyway, right? You overestimate me. Looks like that was his plan. Classic Subaru. Well, have you decided what to do? Feel free to run if you wish. I'll just fire straight at your back.
うちらは逃げない。
We're not running.
それが俺たちの総意だよ。
We've reached our decision. We'll deliver at least one punch
お
against
見舞
you.
いしなきゃ愚かだね。
How idiotic. Such an idiotic choice. Fitting for trash. Well, I'm under no obligation to get punched. You will all disappear from this world without so much as harming me. Such is your determined fate. Fate, huh? Hashida-san slowly rose from crouching down, turning to face the voice. There is no determined fate. Fate only appears to those who have struggled and overcome their struggle. Is that some old-fashioned saying? Those are my friend's words, but I believe they are the truth. Foolish nonsense. Might be, but there's one thing that's certain. It's this. Ashida-san pinches his frames and looks up. The lenses shine, reflecting the sunlight. Gotta go full Gendo Ikari. Kokimijima, you cannot defeat them. So cool. This is crazy. Even I feel it in my bones. How hilarious. I can't win against you. I mean, you already lost once. That was my mistake. Moreover, you guys have no method of attack. All you have is that funny, useless robot. That's not true. We can run up to you and punch your ankles with our fists. Aki-chan, you say that, but do you have a plan?
うちには
I don't, but Hashida-san does, right? Me? No, I don't have anything right now. What? But you just said we can beat him. Oh, well, I just wanted to say that. Are you serious? I thought you had a plan. You said it with so much confidence. I'm an idiot to have found that to be even a little bit cool.
謝れ。期待して
Apologize to my heart that held some hope. My bad.
どうしたんだい？
What's wrong? You talk big but have nothing to show for it? In that case,
何もしな
the
い。
moment Kokimijima grins, a wisp of smoke sails straight towards us from the Sumeragi. We all die. Game over. The wind blows like a storm with a deafening sound. A fragment of concrete hits her cheek.
大丈夫、アキちゃん。
Are you okay, Aki-chan? I'm okay. How's everyone else? I'm fine. Gunbuild 2! I follow Subaru's voice, looking up to see the giant body of Gunbuild 2 tilting slowly beyond the white smoke around us. And then... No! Our Gunbuild 2 falls to the ground with a large crash. It's a large hole from a missile near its feet. It avoided a direct hit, but its balance...
どうしたんだい？
What's wrong? I thought it was impossible for me to defeat you. Ah, new Gunbuild 2! I put a command into the phone droid. However, new Gunbuild 2 doesn't move a bit. Its giant body lies defenseless. So this is looking worse. We're not done yet. But Daru doesn't look worried. And I'm still convinced this is all his doing, so, you know. Rolling with that for now. What? I won't let New Gunbuild 2 go through something like this again. Akio whispers to New Gunbuild 2 as it lies on its side, her eyes full of tears. Hey, Kai, there has to be something we can do.
こちらこのまま
Her hands are shaking.
しいよ。
This is so frustrating. If this was Gunbarrel, we'd be able to strike back at least once. Suddenly, dreams do come true. The big body that was knocked down by the explosion rises. What? If the will is strong, the dream will come true. Wait, what nonsense are you saying at a time like this? None. This isn't nonsense. When the willpower is there, dreams come true.
橋田さん。
This definitely sounds vaguely like Steins Gate music. I don't know if we've heard this track in this game. Gotta have a giant robot. Absolutely. Akita, no. Akio Senomiya. Do you want to do something about him using Gunbuild 2?
もちろんだよ。
Oh, Daru won't have to. Of course. Then wish for it with all of your heart. With all of my heart. Yes. My heart. As Akio whispers, she slowly closes her eyes.
お願い。
Please, Gunbarrel, save new Gunbuild 2.
のバカなこと。
You kidding me?
アキちゃん
I hold Akio's hands.
はい。あきほちゃん。あきほさん。
部長先輩。
Prince Senpai.
あきほちゃん。
Oh, even Nai's there. Everyone holds their hands together with Akio in the center. To tell the truth, I'm with Subaru. Doing this won't change anything. But even so, I don't want to lose. Even if it's just in my heart, I never want to lose. Not to that guy. Oh, he's so helpless. Subaru joins the circle with a bemused smirk on his face.
ここに来て
Are you really playing friends and escaping reality at a moment like this? Must be nice. Such a lukewarm mentality disgusts me. Fine then. If that's the case, I shall take you all together to the next world. Goodbye, Robot Club. Clouds of missile launch. The clouds arch up, then head straight towards us. Please! We hold tightly with our hands.
頑張れる
A bit, a little bit, yeah. It's just got that vibe.
頑張れる
The view is covered in white smoke. Deafening roar hits our eardrums. The smell of gunpowder stings. The burning wind brushes our cheeks. Slowly we open our eyes. We're alive, but how? The answer stands in the smoke. The white smoke blurring our vision starts to thin out, clearing the view. The first thing to catch my eye is the blue scarf. No, wait, the particles trailing from each shoulder look like a scarf. The slender white body, the distinctive sharp black and thick arms. Sharp back. I recognize it all. I've seen that figure many times, several thousand times, tens of thousands of times. It truly is. Gunbarrel? Right. Gunbarrel was standing right before us. What's going on?
嘘。
You have to be kidding.
信じられない。
Can't believe this.
私も。
Me too. I'm going to explain what just happened, etc., etc. We were saved from the missiles by Gunbarrel.
だでしょ。
I told you, if you believe strong enough, it will come true.
思いは叶う。
Ashida-san says this with a wink and a thumbs up. There's a black square thing by its feet. The electromagnetic wave radiation equipment. Does that mean Gunbarrel is Gunbuild 2? No, that's not right. The device only creates illusions. It can't make physical effects.
スメラギの攻撃
It prevented the attack from Sumeragi. The last time Kokimijima appeared, the incident was all in our heads. It wasn't possible to stop physical attacks like it just did. Plus,
どうなってるの
what in the world is going on? If this is a mere mental illusion, Kokimijima's reaction wouldn't make any sense. Which means this Gunbarrel is real? Regardless, what can an anime robot like that hope to accomplish? This is coming from somebody who has never watched an anime, clearly. Missile clouds trail from the Sumeragi.
オッケー
Got it! I hasten to rearrange the phone droid and quickly input commands. Gunbarrel starts to slide in a half circle. Following its trajectory, the airborne missiles curve and explode on the concrete floor, scattering it. Close the distance!
分かってるって
I know! Sorry, but since I fought you once before, I know all your tricks. There's a time lag as the missiles reload, which means... What? A missile?
嘘だろ
Are you serious? I dodge a missile by a hair's breadth as it explodes behind Gunbarrel. Yeah, get a vocal track. The blast wave knocks Gunbarrel off balance. Sumeragi's arms stretch out.
あれ
No,
を食らっ
if
た
that hits... My timing is off. That very moment. The world grows heavy, as if the flow of time around me has stopped. There's no mistaking it. I've experienced this feeling many times since I was a kid. Slow-mo. But I haven't had an attack since the incident half a year ago. Actually, these past 2 weeks I was okay, even getting hit by the electromagnetic waves from that device. Could it be? No, that doesn't matter right now. Slow-mo is only active for 3 seconds. I will finish this in those 3 seconds. I quickly input the command in this heavy, dark world. I dodge Sumeragi's arms as they come down by centimeters and close the distance. Naturally, the other arm blades come at me, but
遅いよ
too slow. The current model isn't Super Gun Build 1, nor is it New Gun Build 2. It's Gunbarrel.
食らえ
Take this.
頑張るラッシュ
Of course he would. See, I like to think it's probably because he actually paid attention and learned something from Aki. But let's be honest, it's because he played the game. He knows the attack names because of the game, and that's it. As I finish inputting the command, the world's color comes flooding back. And at the same time, gun barrel rush hits. Yes! Impossible! We're not done yet! Sumeragi's body tilts slightly from the blow. There it is! Gun barrel blow! And next... gun barrel upper! You gotta land the DP. Yes, a critical hit! As the arms are shot up, Sumeragi's front side is defenseless. And there's the main hatch. This can't be happening. I can't lose to an anime robot again. Clearly spoken by somebody who has never seen an anime. Sorry, this is more than just a robot from an anime. Right. This is the robot that filled the hearts of all of us, the Robot Club. Besides, it's only one person in the world that can beat me when I control it. That's why you aren't even a problem. I throw my left hand out. Akio looks slightly confused, but right away I feel her hand hold mine. Handhold. They don't show it, but we know it's there. Akio has always been watching next to me in Misune. You know the timing, right? Yes. Implied handholding. This can't be happening. No, 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 no! Let's finish this. You gotta have it. Special attack! Gun barrel, Ankh Striker! A special move used by the robot gun barrel and mobile battler gun barrel. Ankh is a unique shape used in ancient Egypt. Basically a rocket punch with an Ankh-shaped fire around it. Mainly used as the finishing move in Season 1. You gotta have it, it's important. We did it, Kai. Yeah. Frau's face, though. Just look at Frau's face. Why did somebody draw her and then stretch her out? Whew, I got so pumped, too. I guess super robots aren't so bad sometimes. What have I done? I just screamed on instinct. Frustrating, but it felt so. I think I'm hooked. What? I guess this route had a lot of the CG too. Because we were at 75 by the midway point. I turned around to the sudden cheering. The people we thought had run away from the center stage came back to us. Good job, amazing Robot Club. Central T Robot Club is the best. Our heroes. Gun barrel is so cool. It has, yeah. So, mind you, I'm probably just going to end it when this is done and we'll just start the new one on Tuesday. When we start it on Tuesday, we're finishing it. Unless that route brings us to like 4 AM or something, and even then, Sunk Cost Fallacy says we're going to finish it by then. We're finishing it Tuesday, but it won't be tonight. Yeah? Robots are really nice. I hold on tight to Akio's hand as she smiles like the sun and nod. Yeah. Definitely so much for finishing it tonight, but you know. Okay, should be somewhere around here. All eyes are still on the Robot Club. Well, that's going on. Oh, there it is. I don't think we checked his Twitter today. I doubt there's anything. Oh, there is! Mayushi lunch. Due to being busy today at work, I had only a banana and a salad. I'm hungry. How long are you staying over there, Nya? Leaving your cute wife and daughter hanging. I pulled an all-nighter yesterday to help out with the festival. Plus, it was all volunteer service. You should be praising me, or tap the meat on my stomach while looking down at me. Such a perv. Thanks for your hard work. Videos are appearing online about the last day of the festival. Did something Kimijima related happen? If you know anything I'd like to know, I'd like to do an interview. I can talk about how I preached about the principles, dreams, hopes, friendship, efforts, victory, and loved the young ones at Tanegashima. Sorry, actually I'm good. Deal with the consequences of my actions on Tuesday. No. The plan was to finish it Tuesday in case. The only thing is, if this one was almost 4 hours long, Who knows how long the final one is? Maybe it's shorter, maybe it's longer. Oh, there it is. Gotta collect this before anyone
何をし
sees.
てるんですか
What are you
橋田さん
doing, Hashida-san? Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I hope I don't eat these words. I turned towards the voice to see Naiton. I hurried to hide the thing I collected behind me and act smooth. Oh, Naiton. That was crazy. Didn't think this would happen.
はい
Yeah,
でも
but once again, the kids did it.
本当
The members of the Robot Club are really amusing.
だけど
Well, part of the credit goes to you too, Hashida-san.
僕
Me? I didn't do anything
そ
though.
んなことありませんよ
That's not true. You had that thing ready.
あ
Ah, that thing. The electromagnetic wave irradiation equipment. I had it ready just in case something like this happened.
でも驚きまし
I
た
was really surprised. Didn't think it would turn into gun barrel. What was that about?
そこは
Alright, it's probably better if we keep saying everyone's strong hearts made a dream come
って
true.
ことにしといた方が
If I started to explain, I'd have to talk about the cases 10 years ago and 5 years ago that both happened in Shibuya. It would take some time, so I'm gonna leave that out. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Maybe Future Viper will be paying for these actions. We'll see. One thing I can that you know what, that's the one thing I can say. If somehow it goes on to the point where it gets to like I have to go to work, I will have to stop it. That I will have to do. If somehow the true route is so absurdly long that it approaches me going to work, I will have to stop it. So one thing I can say is that it wasn't an illusion. The power of everyone's hearts made Gunveil real for that moment. You're
そうで
right.
すね
Thank goodness. Seems like Naiton didn't notice. Anyway, let's just leave it like this. Yeah, he real booted Gunveil. He didn't. He provided the equipment to real boot Gunveil. Correct, I work from home, but I still couldn't stream while working. I can't do that. I do need to actually focus on work. And it's not like I could dictate what I'm doing, because I do work with, like, information about companies that I cannot spread. So it's nothing like major or anything like that. It's not like I work with like super classified info, but it's still not something I can just take pictures of and talk about openly. So like, you know, even though my department really doesn't deal with much of that stuff, still I couldn't. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's fine. Oh yeah, no, I couldn't imagine it in a real location. And like, working from home, I'd manage those 4 hours and then I'd pass out. Anyway, let's just leave it like this.
それで
So, what are you hiding behind your back? Huh? Damn, she knew.
何のこと
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking
何を
about.
隠したんです
What are you hiding? She smiles, but her eyes are cold.
うーん
Having no other choice, I pull out the small chip that I'd collected.
これは
What's that? Oh, I thought he was looking for the...
こうだろ
It's Kokimijima.
はい
Excuse me?
だから
Like I said, Kokimijima's data. The data that escaped when he was frozen is currently in here. What? Back at that moment, when Yashu-kun and Akitan delivered the special attack, Gunveil Onkstriker, against Sumeragi, I secretly shot a small special anti-Kokimijima virus at just the right time. Oh, he better, for sure, Potts. I had the idea that he was hiding inside Sumeragi, so I let him be free until I pulled him out, but didn't think it would take this long. Nonetheless, I'm glad I was able to collect him. But why did you capture Kokimijima?
半年前の戦い
After helping out with the fight half a year ago, I grew more interested.
ただ
So I did some research and found out that he wasn't completely gone.
でずっと
I kept monitoring him and, well, when this festival was approaching, I felt like he would take a shot. Okay, so the Kokimijima here was real and was not Daru's doing, as was that machine. The Gunveil was real booted, but the rest of it actually happened and was not Daru's fault. Yeah, right now he has Kokimijima in his hand, he has the Noah device, and he is Daru. He's literally branching all of the games in this exact moment.
あいつを野放しにして
Just leaving him alone is a little too dangerous, you know? Even if Kokimijima himself didn't go crazy. Just like the monopole, there's a lot of information locked inside Kokimijima. Just allowed to be a goof. Well, they kind of specified that he was doing that to get them to let their guard down. He feigned being defeated. He did that so that people would be like, oh, haha, look, Kokimijima, and to draw more people to this festival, which he accomplished handily, and then showed his real hand at the end here of he's like, gonna kill you all. I hate you all. You're trash. So, is it the best explanation? I don't know. But I'll take it. It was a ruse to get him to lower their guard before he could get the machine there and actually ruin them all in one fell swoop. I'll take it. Millions of people could use it in a bad way. They specified that there were no casualties this first time around, so whatever happened to that ferry didn't hurt anyone. So, that's why, to seal him with my own hands, I decided to make a move. While I was at it, I'd hoped to get some information about him too.
なるほど。
I see. That's why you suddenly came to the island. You're like the CIA or a crazy FBI agent.
惚れても良いのだ
You may fall for me too easy.
ま
Well, can you just keep it quiet from the others? It's not something they
わ
need
ざ
to
わざ
know.
言うことでもない
Whatever the case, it's all settled now. No, wait. There was one more problem.
おやあれは
Oh, that is... Huh? Ah, good. Looks like the other problem is solved too.
あれ
Huh?
どうしたの
What's up, Kai?
あれ
Over there, Hashida-san and Nai-san. I wonder what they're talking about. They were talking under New Gun Build 2, which turned back to its normal self without notice.
行ってみる
Want to check it out?
うん
Yeah, let's go bother them. I nod to Akio, but as I start to head over, I sense someone close behind us and stop in my tracks. Oh,
来い
Kai?
アキちゃん
Aki-chan? Huh? Ah. Yes, she's standing right there. Well, now we have to see if she's got a tag. She does. She kind of stripped it down a bit, though. I hope no part of this gave her extreme PTSD or anything like that.
姉ちゃん
Misa. With no expression on her face, Misane slowly steps close and speaks.
笑っちゃうわね
Makes me laugh. Huh?
平凡ども
Always be average.
こんな冗談みたい
There's
な
no
こと
way a
を
kid who
起
makes
こす
this joke a reality could be average.
いつの間にか
You've grown so
こんな
fast,
に
so
大きく
quickly,
なってた
Aki.
のねあなたは私
I'm
の
very
隣
proud of you, Aki. Akio's eyes are so full of tears that they nearly overflow.
アキちゃん
I push the small of her back. Big sis.
お姉ち
Big sister, Misa.
もう
Sheesh, that's all you've been saying.
ゃんだって
Because...
でもよ
Well,
かった
I'm glad. You can always call me that. Call me Big Sister.
当たり前
Of course I will. You'll always be my big sister. Yeah, like I get that most of what made her bad was her being straight up controlled by Kokimijima. But it doesn't undo a lot of that. And I'm not even talking the straight evil. I'm talking just the, like, kind of looking down on her aspect of it. But most of that with Kokimijima, to be fair, doesn't make it good, though. My favorite big sister. Your only big sister. But yeah, that's fine. Lisa, I love you.
ありがとう
Thank you, Aki. Oh, she pulled a Han on her. Oh. I mean, I know, but, like, you know, the response to, like, oh, I love you. Thank you. Oh. This is what Akio has been wanting to say. But that she couldn't. I'm glad. Now, what was frozen between them starts to melt. If the past few days hadn't happened, it could have been a long time before they thought. When I think of it like that, I wonder if it was all thanks to that one person getting involved. Huh. Speaking of, where did he go? He was just there with Nai-san. Even Nai-san is gone too.
もしかして
Could it be? Yes, he and Nai-san are clearly
本当にいい
leaving
ん
the
です
island.
か
Are you sure this is fine?
いいのいいの
Yeah. Now I'm more curious about what the final route's going to be, because while we don't know everything about Daru now, we kind of know why he was here, and what he was after, and what his overarching goal was now. So what's the final route going to be? We'll find out Tuesday.
でも何
But
も
if you rush
そん
home,
なに急いで帰らなく
I
ても
completed my goal. I don't want to be a bother when they're all having fun. I'm sure they want to bask in the afterglow of the festival. I want to hurry and see my wife and daughter, too.
つうわけでないと
So, Naitan, say bye to the others for me.
橋田さん
あー
Daru caught trying to escape. Oops, looks like they caught me. Yashio-kun is heading this way from the festival stage. Behind him are all the members of the Robot Club. Going home without saying goodbye isn't cool.
そうだよ
He's right, you could have at least said
どこか
something.
行ってからでもいいじゃん
Excuse me. Excuse me again. As Akitan complains, I see Miss Misaki Sanemiya walking this way behind her. She stops a little bit further back and bows to me. Looks like things are going well there too. It was worth stopping by the hospital before heading to the venue.
すまんすまん
Sorry, it was nearing the ship's departure time. Yeah. Like you weren't trying to escape.
下手な言い訳ですね。
That's a poor excuse.
と
Well, there should be some time until the next
僕のトッピーの
Topi.
時間まではまだ
Oh,
少し
you
あり
know,
ますよ
you know very well.
だって
I mean, it looks way cooler quietly leaving at a time like this. Duh.
強がり囲われ
Acting tough isn't cool.
そうです
That's right, this is rather more uncool. Jeez. Still,
橋田さんとはいろい
went
ろ
through a
あっ
lot.
たよ
In
ね
the beginning it was
最初
nothing
は
but
トラブルば
trouble,
っかりでなんだろうこの人なんて思って
and it was at a loss as to who you even were, but
今は感謝してる
now I really appreciate you.
うちも
Me too. Thank you, Hashida-san.
橋田さん
After them, the other members say their thanks as well. See, I knew this was going to happen. To be honest, I'm no good with these types of situations. But yeah,
ありがとう
thanks. I'm happy to hear you say that, but I don't think this is a goodbye. It's more like a first visit. That's what I'm
別れじゃ
thinking.
なくて
Sometimes it ain't so bad.
どういうこと
What do you mean?
みんなとは多分
I have a feeling we'll meet each other somewhere again. Somewhere on this world line. Trust me.
この世界線のどこかでシュタインズゲートの選択だ
This is the choice of Steins Gate.
ですね
Right?
そういうこと
Yup. We look at each other and laugh at our words spoken in perfect unison.
どういうこと
What's going on? You had to be there.
さあ
No idea.
なるほどわかる
Okay, I don't get it.
ま
Don't sweat the small stuff. Anyway, off I go. Thanks everyone. It was a fun summer.
橋田さん
Hashida-san.
その前
Oh, before that, Yashio-kun,
よし
here.
これ
I hand him a small device.
これも
This
しかして
is a smaller version of the electromagnetic wave irradiation equipment.
それじゃああの
So,
時
back
発
then
動
it
したの
activated because
君ならあの
I
力
think you'll be able to control
自
that
分
power
で制御で
someday.
きるようになる気
And when
が
that
する
time comes, he'll be, oh, so it's literally a on-command slow-mo button.
それも
Is that,
なんと
the
か
choice of
選択って
something
やつ
too?
そういうこと
That's right. Anyway, I'm really going to go this time.
今度こそ
Nochio.
行くわノッチよ
After saying that, I turn my back to them and start walking. Nochio, come visit again.
またどこかで。
See you somewhere again.
ありがとうございます
Thank you very much.
お世話になりま
Thank you for all your help.
ありありありありありベデルチ
Frickin' Frau. Goodbye, Tanagashima. Goodbye, Robot Club. Until we meet again. Yeah, I gotcha. Hold on. We did. Hold on. Voice volume up. BGM. Sound effects down. It always feels so weird with that sound effect volume. The music is weird too, but sound effects though? Alright, 1 second.
ありありありありありベデルチありありありありありベデルチありありありありありベデルチ
I mean, Potts, you know okay. Think of the implications of many of the interactions between key members of JoJo parts, and think, how could she not be a JoJo fan? Just think for that for a second. The entire show is pretty guys posing sexually together. That's the show. That's it. That's all of it. I love JoJo, but there's a reason she would be a huge JoJo fan. Alright, that, and that one. That's fair. It's okay. Frau approves. Till we meet again.
橋田さん
Hashida-san! Hashida-san! Don't call for me so much. It'll make me look like I have regrets. Take another step forward to combat my feelings.
橋田さん
Hashida-san, watch your footing! He tries to like go away like a badass and just oh. I'll fix it after. I got you. I got you. And I fall. Oh man. Yeah, if I hadn't been following the guide and if they didn't clearly show 2 more ending slots on the main screen,
それじゃあ
I'd be like, this is
そろそろ
it.
帰ろっか。
Alright then, let's head back.
そうだね
Yeah. After sending Hashida-san off, we returned to the venue and were again celebrated as heroes after today's incident. After being praised over and over, we finally got free in the afternoon. And now, dwelling on what's left after the festival, me, Kaito, and Misa talk, our shoulders all lined up.
なんかさ、
You know,
いろいろあ
didn't you
ったよ
think a
ね
lot happened this summer?
この夏は。
There was a festival, everyone was here, including Hashida-san. There was new Gun Build 2, there was Gun Barrel, and now Misa and Kai are right by me.
そうだね
Yeah,
Demo
but it
sa-
was all kind of fun.
なんか楽しかった
It
よ
was fun.
ところで
And we're getting a ton of CGs in this one. By the way, Kai, is your studying going okay?
明日から
I'm planning to work harder on it tomorrow.
秋の方は
How about you, Aki? Anything for the future?
うちも
I will try to do better too. Everything hasn't been made clear to me just yet. Well, except for one thing. But before that, I have a lot of stuff I want to do. First is to spend time with Kai. Second, time with Misa. I want to make up for all the time we lost, which means...
ね
Hey, Kai, about that thing.
うん
Yeah.
何
What is
二
it?
人
You guys look so
して
antsy.
あのねお姉ちゃんうちらお姉ちゃんに
So, Misa, we have something to tell you.
何
What?
とね
So...
そのね
No, jeez.
うち
Me
は
and Kai are... Like, I really thought the last one was just going to be, what was Daru doing here? And it still might be stuff from his point of view, but like, we kind of got that wrapped up. After all, robots are great. That's a great trophy. And it's the perfect one for her ending. A hidden story has been unlocked, and we're going to go through that on Tuesday. Okie dokie. Ah, unlock the path to the last phase. So it's definitely Daru's then. I mean, the name of it's called Okie dokie, so like, it's gotta be. We're at 83% CG, 28 hours, almost 29. And we have 1 slot left. Tuesday's gonna be it. I'm committing to finishing it Tuesday, barring that last chapter being stupid long. Again, I will commit to finishing it, but if it brushes up against work in the morning, if it is somehow that absurdly long, I have to stop it. It won't be. We might have to go after the 4 hours. I don't know. I would have said that each of these was going to be about 2 hours, but that one was 4, so who knows? I don't. And I ain't looking it up. We're going to find out together on Tuesday. But for now, tomorrow we're playing more Evil Within. Had a good time with that. Gonna play more. Tuesday will be this. Thursday, me and Potts are going to hit up Resident Evil 5. I'm going to say Friday's probably more Evil Within, but I don't know for sure. But I'm going to say that's a fairly safe bet there. And yeah, we got ourselves a monster, a quote, a Discord. Luigi's Mansion. That was a good time. And you gotta have a...
画像の保存プリーズ
Well, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. We also have a few shoutouts. They were all people getting continued of their chain gang.
てってれダルくんです
Sore and Potts both continuing their chain gang subs. It was a prison day, yep. It was definitely a prison day. And yeah, good times all around. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper S of Viperland, and I'll see you all next time.
そのまま僕に突き刺して君のエクスカリバー
When I die, I want you to wipe the hard drive on my computer.
Why? Why did you do that? Ah!